and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Kill Stream. I am your host, Ethan Ralph, the owner and the editor-in-chief of the RalphRetort.com. Also, Killstream.live. Never forget, burn it into your memory. Killstream.live. All the info for the show right there at your fingertips daily, 24/7. It never stops. Killstream.live. Welcome back to the show. It's Wednesday. What are we going to do tonight? I don't even know. I got a bunch of stories here. I haven't pulled up my Floyd clips. I think I might pick them out while we're on air. In case you missed it, I was a little late this morning. Somebody tried to wake me up at, I think this was 9:30, and they said, it's almost 10. And I was just like, oh, okay, good. And then I went back to sleep because it didn't even register to me. Usually I don't have much to do at 10. Although I have been having to get up early lately. But I haven't, the last few days I've been able to sleep in a little bit because visiting hours aren't until afternoon anyway. And so I just fell back asleep, and then I woke up at about 11 and thought, oh yeah, I was supposed to stream some of the Floyd trial. And then I jumped up and we did stream from about, 11:30 or so until 1:30, something like that. Almost 2 hours. And we got some good times in this morning while we were watching the trial. I'm going to try to do that going forward. I mentioned this yesterday, do the morning session of the Floyd trial. I won't really be able to do, I'm sorry, Anamish, I was a little late. But I'm going to try to do the morning session. Morning. That's how I really talk. I'm going to try to do the morning session tomorrow. And going forward. But there might be a day here or there that I miss. But I think that's going to be a good rhythm to get into, doing the morning session. And then we'll catch up on the afternoon when we get here. The court retort, that's right. I think that was you. Was that you, Ninja Berg? You were one of the ones promoting it there in the chat, the new name, the court retort. Also, while I'm here, there's a new shirt up. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to have to pull up the mock-up. I think you can see the mock-up better. Let me do that. Memphis style. I'm only going to keep it up until Monday because, I've already sold 4 of them, by the way. I think this is going to do really well. We just posted it like an hour before the show. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good run already for the Memphis style shirt. Let me go ahead and pull up the mock-up so you can see it a little bit better. But I mentioned this during the intro. Down syndrome, Ian Miles Chong designed this shirt. The only thing I did was put the Killstream K down in the corner. There it is. I think we showed this during the end of the court retort earlier. And I said I was going to put it on a shirt, and I did. There it is, $16.95 plus shipping. It's usually like $24. And if you have to get really big sizes, it's a couple dollars more or whatever. But yeah, I keep prices low. I saw people on Twitter like, oh, what? $16 shirt was almost $17, but I do keep it low because I know they charge like $8 for the shipping and handling or whatever, and that keeps it under $30 usually for people there. So I think that's a good policy, and you guys seem to enjoy it. So thank you for the support. I see Stelter mentioning get taperisms for a logo. I actually have him working on the network logo, but I bet he could do a court retort one pretty easily. He's probably got 15 ideas for that just off the top of his head. I'll try to remind him. I got to talk to him anyway, so I'll remember. But yeah, we're working on the network logo and stuff. Taper's the logo master. But this right here, I have to say, for the podcast gang who can't see it, is one of a kind. I'm only going to leave it up till Monday. If there's huge response, people really, really beg me to leave it up a couple extra days, I might, but it's definitely not going to be up longer than a week. Killstream.live/shop. You can just go there, or shop.theralphretort.com. They both take you to the same place. And I'll do the rest of the shillery now while I'm at it. Patreon.com/theralphretort. Subscribestar.com/theralphretort. What else? I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah, hats. Killstream1@protonmail.com. What else? Also, if you subscribe here or elsewhere that's not Patreon or Subscribestar, send it to that email, and I'll get the bonus episode out to you, or somebody else will, actually. And what else? I'm trying to think. There's something I'm leaving out. I don't know. Telegram, all that shit, too. T.me/Telegram. That actually leads me into this, and I will unmute the panel now. The legend, Gator. The young legend, Culture War. I got this right after I signed off the air last night, and I said I wasn't going to promote it. By the way, I can hear myself, Culture War. That's got to be you. Mute for a second, or put a headset on. Where you at? Where is this guy?
I'm already muted. There's no way it's me.
Oh, it must be Gator then. Wow, look at Culture War. Looks like he's suited and booted over here. Look at it. Got the suspenders on. Where you been tonight? I saw you at a witch's coven earlier. What was that all about?
I was riding my bike and I came across a interesting group of girls in the drainage ditch.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that was pretty strange. I'm gonna try to pull that up.
But, duty calls. I had to tell him I had to bid him adieu and come back here. I had to pedal my ass back home. I wasted too much time shooting the breeze with them. Then I realized it was already 10 minutes till the show. I had to haul ass back.
Now let me show.
Very bummed.
Let me show this here. What was going on here? What is this Among Us? What is this place? Holy shit. Tribe of goth girls in a sewer is how he described it.
Did you ask him if they liked Stone Toss?
By the way, it must be you, Gator. You sound like you're on your phone. What the fuck? I was blaming Culture War. I disavow. I take back my own statements.
Blaming me. Blaming the rookie.
I'm cooking chicken right now, so I can't be at my PC.
Wow, I'm blaming the rookie. That's true. All right, now let me go ahead and put the shirt. Here's a link to the shirt in the chat. I linked it before the show too, but just killstream.live/shop. I'll take you to the shop, and you can check that out. It'll be up at least till Monday. Definitely not past Wednesday. So definitely get that if you want it. I think I'm going to get one for myself because it's so fucking funny. And I think it'll be funny just to wear. It makes no sense to anybody who doesn't know. You have to know a lot to know what's going on or what it even means, but it's just so goofy. I think I'm going to get one and wear it for myself. And again, I cut myself off, but Milo emailed me right after the show last night. And he said, confirming kill stream tomorrow night. And then he was talking about it's not tonight, Thursday night. And I said, yep. I was like, let's go. I didn't expect you, man. I saw you said you were sick and I wasn't really thinking you were going to make it. And he said, nope, looking forward to it. So he says he's in for tomorrow. And I didn't realize this. I didn't realize this until shortly after. But do you know tomorrow is actually April the 1st? Culture War. Literally April the 1st. Somebody asked me what the day was, and I started writing down. I was like, oh, it's April Fool's Day tomorrow. So we shall see if Milo makes it. He wasn't playing it like it was a joke at all, and I wouldn't expect him to do that. But if he doesn't make it, he will always have the April Fool's thing to fall back on, maybe. So we'll see. I'll message him early in the day tomorrow. But he seemed like he was in. I'm expecting him to be here. If he's not, he's not. I obviously can't control Yiannopoulos. But also talk to Delicious Tacos, and that's going to be on Friday. I think we had him on Friday once before. And so I think that's going to be good. Gator, mute your mic. Yeah, Gator, mute for a sec. I can't. It's sounding. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Now, Tribe of Goth Girls. Yes, realize Milo. Confirmed for April Fool's Day. This person, I woke up to this. This person said, you're a bad guy, you're a terrible person, and the fact that you have zero self-awareness is just the icing on the cake. You're nothing but a blue check mark who should be in jail, is what they said. Well, should be. Come put me in jail, bitch. Why don't you come put me in jail, cocksucker? Anyway, I went through their timeline, and this is the third or fourth tweet down, and it said, I'm a very horny person, mostly because I can't masturbate due to an inside penis. So life sucks and I wish it didn't. Yes, I'm horny all the time because I can't relieve. It's a struggle. This was literally, I didn't have to go searching very hard to find this, ladies and gentlemen. This was relatively easy to like I said, you just scroll down. Usually somebody sends something wild to me. I will go pull up their profile and be like, oh, what's this fucker all about, right? Like, why not? I mean, because I'm like, it might be somebody really goofy. I might tweet it out and fucking fuck with them because that's what Twitter's all about, right? So sometimes I will go look. And this was like the third or fourth tweet down. It wasn't very hard to find at all. And then he tried to claim he didn't even know what that was, and he was just kidding, and he was just posting wild shit for laughs. That's a very specific claim, though, isn't it? I don't know. That seems very detailed. I'm not sure I'm willing to buy his excuse that he didn't know what he was saying there. Anyway, I just illustrate that because that was, what I deal with on a daily basis, weirdos like that. But what I also deal with is fallen homies Culture War. They got a real one today over on Twitter. I talked about my Twitter temp ban last night. Well, they permanently banned Jaden McNeil on Twitter, and I saw that this afternoon. I haven't actually looked on Telegram yet to see what let me see if I can pull that up. I'm sure that he will have probably said what it was. Yes. Oh, what? Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm seeing this now. He just now posted this like 30 minutes ago. He said, your account, Jaden P. McNeil, has been suspended for violating the Twitter rules, specifically for violating our rules against promoting or encouraging suicide or self-harm. By the way, Jaden's been on the show a couple times. You can check those out over on BitChute probably. You may not promote or encourage suicide or self-harm. When we receive reports that a person is threatening suicide or self-harm, we may take a number of steps to assist them, such as reaching out to that person and providing resources such as contact information for our mental health partners. What the fuck? If you're having thoughts of self-harm, suicide, or depression, we encourage you to please reach out to someone and request help. Our safety center has a list of resources you can consult for a variety of reasons, including depression, loneliness, this is brought to you by BetterHelp, by the way. I'm just kidding, but it sounds like it. Loneliness, substance abuse, illness, relationship problems, and economic problems. You can find those resources here. And it links that. So they suspended his account because it looks like he got fake reports about, saying he was going to self-harm. And then, how does this even make sense, though? I've actually talked about this before. Thank you, Rambot. I see him getting in here. I've talked about this before, but how does it make sense to suspend? Or, I mean, I've not talked about it, but other people have talked about it. How does this policy even make sense on the face of it, Culture War? That you would suspend somebody who was harming themselves or threatening to harm themselves. How does that even... Does that really make sense? Oh, is it just me? It's just me. Oh, hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh, my God. Where did Culture War go anyway? Oh, he's muted. Gator's muted. Gator's on 2 different microphones. Okay, somebody say something.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just keep talking. That's cool, too, but go ahead.
Well, it's fucking insane. It's fucking insane because it sounded like from the original description that he was like making fun of somebody that was threatening to off themselves. And then it goes into a spiel about like suicide prevention or whatever. I'm guessing he got into an argument with somebody that with a troon. That's what I'm guessing happened. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to his timeline at the time he got suspended, but my guess is dollars to donuts. It's going to be one of those.
Yeah, and again, I haven't. That just came across Twitter. I'm looking through here. Let's pull up the article, I guess. National File wrote an article about it. Hold on, I'll pull it up over here. And I haven't talked to Jade. Maybe I'll try to reach out to him after the show. Well, I usually talk to him on Twitter, but I got his number somewhere. Let's see. McNeil's Twitter account had almost 30,000 followers, permanently suspended on Wednesday. Let's see. They go through, mention some other people who were banned. Malkin mentions the playing field being rigged. Malkin, excuse me. Let's see. He's right. I see Fuentes mentioning the future for us all is to become independent from the major platforms. Yeah, it pretty much is. We've been talking about it for a while. That's why we're going to do the network and some other stuff. And Odyssey, we're working closely with them. Of course, I wouldn't call them one of the major platforms there. They're trying to build, and they're getting sued by the SEC, as we talked about last night. I still have to post that clip. Gator clipped it out. We're going to post it up separately on the channel. So that it can be spread a little bit more readily. I know we should have already done that, but whatever. We'll do it after the show. That's my fault. Lord Aragon 2020 says, is Odyssey lagging when I played it last night? Wait, is Odyssey lagging when I played last night's show, or is it just me? LOL. I'm not sure, but I do know every once in a while there'll be some hiccups over there. Just refresh usually fixes it. Slipstream Groiper says silent stream Groiper. We just had a silent stream moment there for a second. Let's see here.
Yeah, sorry, that's kind of my bad because I am doing like 15 different things at once.
Let's see.
See, this is why you don't start doing laundry at 4 p.m. because you're going to be doing it for hours and hours and hours the rest of the night.
All right. By the way, okay, we're going to have Rand pop in here in a little while. Let's see. In about 30 minutes, he got a few things to do. I'm talking to him right now, too. And we're also going to record something. We didn't get to this weekend because everything fucking went to shit. And so, actually, we were about to record something. It took me a while. There was some tech issue or something. And then me and Gator did the first part of the bonus, the time-lapse bonus or whatever. And so I didn't get to do the thing with Rand. I was going to do it the next day. And all hell broke loose. So we're still going to get something done soon. Thank you to the patrons, by the way, here shortly, who will be carrying over into April. That is much appreciated. Jaden, press F for his Twitter account. I don't know, man. They're gonna get everybody before it's all over with. So I hate that that's the case. Hopefully it's not, but let's be real. It probably is the case, right? So.
Oh, I see somebody on YouTube talking shit. Hold on, I want to address this. Hey, you stupid pile of garbage. If you do only one load of laundry and you just throw fucking everything in there, you're a mongoloid.
Wait, what?
You have to separate. You have to separate by colors, different types of fabric and materials. And I'm washing my bed sheets too.
You mean wait?
You don't know anything about anything.
Wait, we're in the YouTube chat, man. Yeah, they never do, don't we? Oh, by the way,
I just gotta call out his lack.
By the way,
home economics. He doesn't understand how to take care of himself. So I want to educate the lad. You have to do this. If you don't, you can cause damage to your clothing, to the fabrics, sometimes even to the washer or the dryer. Learn to separate. It'll save you wear and tear.
I just have bitches do my clothes, but yeah, if I ever do have to do them, you do have to separate for sure. I see somebody in chat says, I mean, I have done my own clothes plenty of times. All right, now let's see. Depending on which woman you have, too, that's another thing. You might still be doing your own clothes. That's not always a given necessarily. Lord Aragon 2020 says whites with whites. Let's see. The laundry Nazi. He got really anime. You got really anime on the laundry question, didn't you? Holy shit! The whole tone, his whole demeanor changed. Like, he got serious as fuck when he was talking about that laundry. All right. Oh, okay.
Hey, man, you got to keep them separated. And there's your punchline.
All right. We'll see if Milo makes it tomorrow. We did see this terrorist insurrection narrative collapses as most Capitol rioters likely won't face jail time. Wow, you don't say. Politico reports that many of the suspects allegedly involved in the, quote, attempted insurrection, laundry first, I see somebody in the chat said, and the attempted insurrection likely won't face jail time, which could be a jarring reality check, Politico says. The two main reasons, although prosecutors have loaded up their charging documents with language about the existential threat of the insurrection to the republic, the actions of many of the individual rioters often boil down to trespassing, and judges have wrestled with how aggressively to lump those cases in with those of the more sinister suspects. My bet is a lot of these cases will get resolved and probably without prison time or jail time, said Erica Hashimoto, which is an interesting name, but a former federal public defender who is now a law professor at Georgetown. One of the core values of this country is that we can protest if we disagree with our government. Of course, some protests involve criminal acts, but as long as the people who are trying to express their view do not engage in violence, misdemeanors may be more appropriate than felonies. Now, what is this? This can't be, right? What is this talk? I thought this was the most deadly thing ever, and we had to teach a lesson, and I guess now that they've used it for their purposes and burned it into the public's imagination as this, startlingly close to toppling the government act, now that they can just quietly let it go. And I saw Baked Alaska. I didn't actually see it, but somebody tweeted at me that he was on a stream the other day saying his shit might get dropped down. So definitely, you won't see this promoted as much. Like, Politico ran a story. I don't think you'll see CNN running, nonstop coverage about how all this ended up being a nothing burger, like they did for fucking 2 straight weeks. Capitol on the brink, deployed soldiers, put up fences around the fucking Capitol. it's just, I haven't been to DC in a few weeks. I'm trying to think the last time I've been there. Maybe 3 weeks. But it was still pretty shit when I was there. And the whole town's been torn up for almost a year from the riots and shit. It really is kind of a fucking disgrace. Shout out Chillstream Clips, 2 separate words over on YouTube. We got the Restream gang. Shout out to the podcast gang. Killstream.live/podcast. You can get that on Apple, or else Castbox, Stitcher, a bunch of other fucking places, except not Spotify. Fucking bastards. Now here,
not Spotify. Fuck Spotify.
Fuck Spotify. I agree with that. Bibble calls this the Duper's Delight on what's her name's face. I'd like to put something on her face.
Duper's Delight.
Well, first of all,
at 31 seconds, he calls it the Duper's Delight.
They want to say, what about the surge? Well, first of all, just gut check, stop. Anyone who's using the term surge around you consciously is trying to invoke a militaristic frame. And that's a problem because this is not a surge. These are children. And they are not insurgents. And we are not being invaded, which, by the way, is a white supremacist idea, philosophy.
Oh, by the way, that's when, now watch how she smiles. Bill calls this the Duper's Delight. Is she not even really believing what she's saying?
We are not being invaded, which, by the way, is a white supremacist idea, philosophy. The idea that if an other is coming in the population, that this is like an invasion of who we are. They want to say, what about the...
Shut up, AOC. We've heard enough from you, bitch.
She's literally corpsing while she's trying to talk.
Yeah, and she's stealing like fucking... When she does the zoom in right there, she stole out some fucking Zoomer. TikTok.
Oh, of course.
Some shit. Like,
well, dude, they've got like entire fucking departments of the DNC that their entire job is to copy dumb shit that people are doing and shamelessly rip it off and do so in a terrible way that shows how out of touch they really fucking are.
Oh yeah, people get paid big bucks for that, Gator. They actually do. Just sit
Pokemon
there.
Go to the polls.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember that?
People get paid for that. All those fucking... Oh my god, it's disgusting to think about, honestly. By the way, you remember that big bitch we showed yesterday? Did we show her?
Oh,
the
yeah.
one who took the
big
picture.
House.
No, we did. Did we show her? Picture show. I don't remember. I don't think we might not have showed her. I had it pulled up, but judge, picture courtroom. Let's see. Like judge.
You talking about a firefighter chick? Because I think we did show her.
Not her. We definitely showed her.
Oh, the other big bitch.
Judge Camera Chauvin.
Damn, they're just rolling them out. They're just rolling them down the.
This one's a bigger bitch. We didn't show this, but let's watch it now.
And is this your phone?
Yes.
Okay, it's my understanding that the deputies seized it because we were taking pictures on the 18th floor.
Yeah, I was in the elevator bank. Didn't know I couldn't take a picture. I apologize. I apologized to him then. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
What's your connection to this case?
I'm here with Miss Frazier and her attorneys and her mother.
I'm sorry?
I'm here with Darnella Frazier and her attorneys and her mother.
Okay, are you a family member or?
No. Spokesman, family media representative. I've been keeping the press off of her.
Okay. So you're a media representative?
Yeah.
Are you?
A PR person. I've been managing the media for Darnella Frazier.
I understood.
Keeping them at bay, not allowing her to do interviews, just keeping her.
So doing goddamn jack shit. Is that what we're being told? What the fuck? We're not doing interviews. Goodbye. The fuck? What do you mean? Keeping the media, okay, we're not doing interviews. Hang up. Get out my face. Leave. The fuck? This, oh God, we're just getting to the tip of the iceberg. Speaking of icebergs, Worski talks about icebergs.
Her out of the public sphere.
Understood. What was the purpose of taking photographs? And security.
Now, here we go. What was the purpose?
Area.
So, the Attorney General was talking to her, and I just took a picture to memorialize it for her so she can look back on it one day. That's all.
What? The Attorney General, is he talking about, what's his name, the Attorney General there? Keith Ellison? God, he's such a scumbag.
Yes, you would be correct.
Not for public consumption, for sure.
If you're a media representative, it's very important you understand that courthouses have very strict rules about cameras.
Right.
She's lying. And a lot of people said she was trying to take pictures of the jury, by the way, which is extremely forbidden.
I'm sorry, yeah, I know better than to disobey a judge's order.
I'll chalk this up to that you were not aware of the order.
I wasn't aware.
I think you should in the future remember that all courthouses have very strict rules against cameras. The rules that allow cameras in this trial for broadcast were very restrictive, very detailed, because we do not allow cameras to be taken even on less than high profile trial.
Yeah.
Cameras are not allowed up in the government center tower. They are definitely not allowed on a secured floor like this. I am actually asking that you must delete the picture.
Oh, I offered to do that.
And recall any places you have posted it.
Oh, no, I haven't posted.
So why don't you come up here and I'll give you your phone back.
Okay.
Please advise anybody who else.
Just wait. By the way, just wait.
Not to do it.
This is boring so far, and this is another reason why when we missed it yesterday, I was like, whatever. We got the main part, right? No big deal. Well, just wait.
No, I will.
It's a lesson learned. We'll leave it at that. Come on up and I'll give you this back. Oh, I understood.
Hey, NBC.
Shut up. We don't give a fuck. All right. Exploding Perenni says, how many jurors will survive until the end of the trial? I don't know. They only have 2 alternates, dude, which I thought was absolutely insane. Okay, now let me see.
Well, that's exactly why she was doing what she was doing. She was trying to get pictures of the jurors to get their personal information out there.
That's what I think.
And so they can intimidate whichever jurors they want off the jury.
Or they think that are problem jurors. Yeah, exactly. This is what she posted on social media this morning. The look when you've been scapegoated by a Hennepin County sheriff. Microaggressions are real. Connect the dots. Hashtag Chauvin trial. Hashtag Darnella Frazier. She posted this herself to Twitter. Let me make it. Hold on. You can't see it because it's too big. So I had it enlarged for the video. She posted that on Twitter. They should ban her big ass from the premises. That's what I posted on Twitter. Get her out of there. She's trash talking the sheriff's deputies. She knew better than to say some shit about the judge, by the way. But she wants to say some shit about the judge. Go ahead.
She lists in her Twitter profile that she's the communications director for Democracy for America.
That's
the
right.
Header photo is literally of the squad.
That's true. I went and looked at it. I'm glad you mentioned that because I would have forgot. But yeah, that's right. Because I looked her up. Yeah, she's a left-wing activist is what she is. I mean, it's not even...
She's a left-wing activist, and she was there to take pictures and dox the jury. That's 100%, so they could intimidate whomever they wanted off the jury.
Yeah, she works for Democracy for America. Unbelievable. She used to work for Mike Bloomberg. The fuck? Ugh, look at this. Ugh, detestable. All right, anyway, I just wanted to point that out. But if you thought that was it, that's not it.
She's from Atlanta.
Listen to this.
What's she doing there?
I don't know. I was thinking the same thing. Listen to this, though. This person tweeted at her, Blue52, said, I've only been to a court building for traffic-related situations. Even I know picture taking isn't allowed. I knew that before I started driving. You're taking advantage of this judge's grace. I would have barred you from the premises for the duration of the trial. Exactly. And then Kelly Bass Jackson says, that's the fat bitch we just showed, says, I'm not from here, white boy. That's what her response was on Twitter, Gator. That woman that just spoke in court. Bitch. I'm not from here, white boy.
Then maybe you ought to go back where you came from.
Wow. How in the world? Oh, my God. Somebody said the judge is probably bought out. I don't know. I mean, I can see why, she had an excuse, but talking all this shit outside of court. So we covered the morning session. For those who didn't see the court retort little short part that I put up on the feed. So I was late, right? But we ended up doubling back, and we did cover. They brought the EMT who was talking all that shit yesterday. I forgot her name now. Who got destroyed by Chad Nelson. They brought her back, and made her wait overnight for the whole time, thinking about how bad she got destroyed. Chad Nelson did this. Then they brought her back, and the only question they asked, Chad Nelson asked, was, "Did you show any identification indicating you were a firefighter?" And she said no. And then he said, "I have no further questions." Genevieve Hansen.
So
yeah, that's
fucking
right.
great.
You're right, Ursa. It's Genevieve, and then I remember the Hansen part. Should we check in on what happened on the afternoon? I did see a little bit of it on my own, and it was this dude. I don't know if he had the hat on in the courtroom. This dude in white glasses, old black dude, and he broke down crying. I mean, I'm not willing to say it's staged or whatever, but it did seem a little kind of, I don't know. George Floyd is like crying about his mama and stuff in the footage, and then he gets broken up and said it because his mom died recently or some shit last summer. So I don't know. Possible. It just seemed to be kind of out of nowhere. But again, I am sensitive to that issue these days, the mama issue. So, yeah, I could understand that. So it's possible. I'm not willing to say it's completely fake. Let's see. This new body cam footage, I guess, that came out this afternoon too. Here's all the biggest moments from day 2. Oh, that's from yesterday. We saw enough from yesterday. Rand also wanted me. We played today. There's also literally footage of George Floyd dancing around with a banana inside Cup Foods. This is not made up. This really happened. He really took the banana. He was high off his ass. Go back and listen to the episode I uploaded this afternoon, because the cashier goes, "Well, this looked like he was living his life, having a Memorial Day like everybody else, da 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 da." And then he goes, "Except he was really high." That was the only thing.
Someone's got to take the "I'm a banana" thing from Onision and overlay that with him dancing with the banana.
Dude, it was so fucking funny. Oh my God.
He was completely high off his rocker. There's no way anybody can see that video and not think this dude is gone.
Dude, he's gone. Let me see if this. I'm trying to see.
Chauvin's gonna walk, right? Are we pretty sure he's gonna walk? There's no way.
I mean, I'm not sure, but hold on. Let me see. Is this? They've clipped this out, of course, and they like have him watch it. Okay, can we see this? Hold on. Let me. They're pausing it though. I'm trying to see. There's a separate clip that I pulled up earlier, but I can't play that one because we'll get in trouble. Actually, I had to stop it earlier. I was like, okay, you guys took a little too far. All right, let me skip here. Let me see if they show it in this clip. I'm not sure if they do. Okay, they're like doing fucking circling shit. He literally
Georgia, the jungle. Watch out for that knee.
Can we get out? Oh my God! Holy fuck! Can we get a mix with that in it? Oh wait, here he goes. Here he goes. He comes to pick up the banana. He's coming to pick up the banana. Holy fuck! Culture war, you. Holy fuck!
They chat like this.
Yeah, they did. I like it too. But I'm still just astonished that you came up with that. All right. Now look, he has the banana. Oh!
I'm going to stop you here if we could, please.
Nah, we don't need to stop. We want to see the dancing. Hold on.
Big Floyd.
The Big Floyd trial.
Is there a way for me to see what you see without a lag, or am I just gonna have to watch the stream like everybody else?
Yeah, you probably have to watch.
We're slightly more high tech than we were, but we're not that high tech yet. We'll get there eventually.
Because whenever we're watching a video, my commentary is always like 10 seconds off.
Here he goes, by the way.
Mine too.
So we'll see that coming up
Here he goes.
in a minute or two.
Oh no! Oh no! He's dancing around. No! Hold on.
I'm a banana.
Oh,
Dance Revolution champion.
Dude, he literally
George
starts
Floyd.
doing this, like, I swear to God, like an ape. I'm not
Running
kidding.
Yeah, DDR, dude.
Dude, he's acting like he's doing a Donkey Kong. I think he's emulating Donkey Kong. I'm not kidding. Like, are you?
He's dancing to a Beethoven virus.
No, he's actually doing he's doing this. Like, what the fuck? We know he's doing one of these. Like, what the fuck? That's what it is, right? I mean, it's not racist. He's actually doing it, and he has the banana in his hand. He's doing it on purpose.
He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's bigger, better, and stronger too. He's the first member of the DK crew. DK. Big Floyd.
Literally, though, you can't say anything else. He's fucking jumping up and down. I can't make the noise. I'll get in trouble if I do that. But literally, that's the only thing that's missing. The noise. You know the noise. Don't do it. Don't do it, Culture War. All right, now.
That would be a bridge too far.
Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. Here we go. Watch him again.
To make a purchase with you.
Yes.
What is he doing?
You'll see that coming up here in a minute or two.
Oh, my God. Look at him. He's doing what the fuck? And his feet are like he's seriously pulling a DK right there in the middle of the store. Oh, my God. He does seem to be, like, just enjoying his Memorial Day. I mean, except high off his ass. By the way, another thing he does right after he does the fucking Donkey Kong shuffle, he does this, like, he grabs his hand and just, like, slowly drags it down his face. I don't know those of you who've been fucked up off your ass before, but that's usually a telltale symbol that somebody's really fucked up when they're just like...
What are the odds Memorial Day becomes, like, the George Floyd Memorial Day going forward?
Sponsored by...
Yeah, sponsored by Chiquita Banana.
Oh, shit. But when he did his hand like this, it was like, oh, man, it's because he was so fucked up. Look, he's still doing it. He's
just made
like,
him crazy.
Look, he's just like, he's fucked up off his ass, dude. Oh, my God. Look, he's doing another little shuffle up to the fucking thing. All right.
We see now you standing.
All right, we've seen that. Now we might go back. I think Rand might want to see a cut as well when he gets in here. Let's see what. Let's watch a little bit of this. This is the main testimony that we didn't get from the afternoon. This old guy came up and started testifying. So we are going to go. So this is going to be the schedule going forward. I'm going to cover the fuck out of this trial. I think that's become apparent already. But we're going to try to do daily morning sessions from about 10 until 2 is the target. Until they break for lunch, pretty much. And then we'll take some calls after and sign off. And then we're going to cover what we missed in the afternoon on the kill stream, along with the regular kill stream business. Let's see. Lord Aragon 2020 says, still $100 he walks, Ralph. Hey, man, I'm not saying it can't happen. And I think his lawyer is really good. But, I mean, it's still, in my view, going to be an uphill battle. Also, I'll remind people about the Memphis-style T-shirt, a limited-time edition. Should be gone by Monday. Definitely will be gone by a week from now. I'll post it in the chat again because we've already sold 5 of those shirts since they were posted, like, right before the show, like 9 p.m. So thank you guys so much for that support. Now, let's check out this testimony. Okay, are they going to break in? I just want the straight testimony. I don't need Vinnie Paulson. Can we just not? What the fuck? What is this guy's name? What's the old guy's name? Fucking shit.
Uncle Ben.
He does look just like Uncle Ben. All right, now.
Hi, I'm Dan Abrams.
Shut up, Dan Abrams. All right, now, what is this guy's name? Let's see. Charles McMillan. That's right. Okay, let's see here. That's what we need, I think. They brought a lieutenant on too. That's a really long segment, though.
You say McMillan?
Yeah, McMillan. We're about to.
He must be Black Irish.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's a safe. I think that's a safe bet. Now he breaks down and starts crying at a certain point. They actually stop the testimony. Okay, let's see. And it's a female prosecutor. So I know you're gonna love this. Okay.
God, so that we have as much protection. And we're going to test out the microphone and how it works with you. So if you could state your full name, spelling each of your names.
First name, Charles McMillan, C-H.
I love those glasses.
L-E-S.
This is a pimp.
Last name, McMillan, capital M,
He's dripping.
C-M-I-L-L-A-N.
Thank you. Ms. Eldridge.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, sir.
Those are some baller-ass glasses.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing today?
Okay.
I gotta work. I gotta finish
some
that.
baller ass classes. And then we'll move on from there, all right? So, can you go ahead and
Baller ass classes. Wow.
How far did you go in school?
Third grade.
Look at that face.
And what city do you live in?
What's her name?
Hennepin County.
And you're in Hennepin County. Are you in Minneapolis?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know.
I'm going to ask you some questions
Let's
about
see.
Memorial Day, May 25th of last
Rand,
year.
hello. Can you hear me? I think that's Rand. Or it's just somebody else that I live. Yeah, it is Rand. Okay. All right. Talk when you're ready, Rand. We're going to go ahead and start
Do
back.
you live in an area close to Cup Foods?
Yes, I do.
And that evening on May 25th, were you driving by that area?
Yes, I was.
And what kind of car do you drive?
I drive a 2006 Dodge Caravan Blue.
Okay, is that a van?
Yes, ma'am.
Dodge Gang. Let's go.
When you were in the area of 38th in Chicago, did something draw your attention?
Yes, it did.
What,
This
what
is
was
the,
that?
by the
What
way,
did you see?
and they're going to explain this, but this is the old man who's there saying, you can't win, you can't win. And he explains why he was
I
saying
was at the
that.
red light going
Yeah.
south, and at the time I was going to go east on the 38.
You need common sense to live to that old age in the
And
hood.
when I got
Yeah,
there
you have to have
make a
street
left
smarts.
turn, I see an interaction with a car with a man in with a police officer.
So I'm going to show you a map. If we could put up Exhibit 1, please. All right. So you were talking about where you were. Using this map that's up on the screen, could you just describe? You can actually use your. There's a little pen there.
Is that safe to play, Rand?
Sort of show the jury on the screen
It is.
where you were.
You're
and where
sure?
you're headed.
Okay, you know what?
I am 100% positive.
Okay. Rand's here. Okay, I'm going to believe him. I'm going to choose to believe him. All right, now, willful decision here. I've made that before. We'll see.
I'll suffer if I'm wrong.
Wait, hold on. Hold on, let me make it.
What's this map? Is this like Minneapolis Total War or something?
This is awesome, actually. Oh my God! I wish he had lived. I wish he had lived so we could have him on the kill stream. What a legend!
Like Cotton Eye Joe.
What a legend this guy was. He
that's
really
a Just
was.
Dance, right?
I'm starting to understand the George Floyd Day and what is it, George Floyd Square and all that. This guy.
He was living his best life, man.
What did I call him that day?
Unfortunately, he was.
What did I call him? A legendary party animal. I think that's the best.
I'm sad that he's gone because we can't have him on the show
Wait,
now.
can you imagine George Floyd sitting right there? Oh my God, this guy's
He'd probably rob you a gun for a pregnant woman or something.
Yeah, I think he probably would actually. Rob you at gunpoint. Put your whole family down on the ground. Slap your bitch while he's walking out. Maybe more than that. I won't go further. But all right, Fancy Pants, Killstream, Spirit of the Killstream Fireball there. Exploding Printy says, aside from bananas, what else did they sell at Cuck Foods? They sell, I know, halal meat, and it's like a little grocery store, basically. I don't know if they have a full deli there or what, but yeah, just a little corner store. But it has more grocery, I guess, than your average corner store, at least around here. Gumfer Bama says, Pimp Daddy Cool is a motherfucker knowing he ain't the one in front of the judge. He is a crackhead, but the most level-headed witness. You'll be forgetting like a million times. You'll be feeling like $1 million in the courtroom when you ain't the one on charges. Yeah, I was talking about that last week when I went down there with May. It's a totally different feel when you're just sitting there chilling, often offering emotional support, just chilling in the gallery. Yeah, it's definitely a completely different feel. Also, shout out to Rambot for introducing that to the kill stream.
Well, you might like that. Cup foods get burned down.
No, but they had to shut down for a while because people were blaming them for calling the cops in the first place, and saying basically they're racist and they're trying to say they had a good relationship with George Floyd and all this and that. Press next to doubt on that, but they got pissed today because they put out a statement after the testimony earlier from the black cashier that worked there. Remember when he said he was going to put his own money in and basically make up for the counterfeit bill?
What the fuck
and all
was
this
that?
Yeah, and so they put out a statement like, "Oh no, we don't make people do that. We don't make employees do that. Only if they don't check it for counterfeit do we make them pay out of their own salary. But if they check it, we never do that. We never do that." Da, da, da. I was like, "Yeah, you fucking do that, you piece of shit, fucking piece of shit." What, does that make it any better? Like, what the fuck? I mean, I would have more respect for just firing somebody, honestly, than fucking doing that. That's some fucking cheap ass certain word shit. All right, let's go. Let's go ahead. 3 minutes 46 seconds. Let's continue. It does look like Total War, fucking Minneapolis.
Hard for me to see because I'm old. I didn't start it better by saying because I can't hardly see what's going on.
Okay.
I was on the corner of 38th in Chicago.
All right.
To make a left to go east towards 42nd and Hiawatha. So I was right on the corner of 38th in Chicago.
So you were headed east on 38th Street, is that right?
Yes, which would be right here.
Triaris!
Okay, perfect. And you just made a mark on that intersection there where in the direction you were headed, which was eastbound, is that right?
Yes.
All right. And when you were headed down 38th, you said you saw an interaction
Don't make me do the whole medieval 2 intro.
somebody and some police officers. What did you see at that point?
Well, when I made the left,
another shirt sold. Thank you.
A blue
storm clouds gather over Cup food.
Truck on the right side of the police officer.
Distrust and rivalries between brothers threaten to break.
Right turn. And pull over.
And flood the city in a tide of total anarchy.
Decide to stop and pull over.
Man, I loved those games when I was a kid, man.
Oh, fuck.
Being nosy, just being nosy. I'm in the neighborhood. I'm a nosy person.
What made him pick these glasses, panel? I mean, I love them. I think that they're the best ever.
Well, he looked like a shrunken head if he didn't have that.
That's a fair point, actually. Lord Aragon.
He got the grip.
Lord Aragon.
They don't fit a skull shape, though.
No, they don't. They really don't. They're a little too big, almost. But Lord Aragon 2020 says, we got Ray Charles here. Yeah, he does kind of have the Ray Charles look going on, I have to say. Let's go ahead and continue.
Did you want to know what was going on?
Yes, being nosy. That's what it was.
So when you first approached that area, you said an officer standing next to a blue Mercedes truck.
With the door open.
With the door open. Did you see what the officer was doing at that point?
No, not at the time.
Okay. So you said you decided you wanted to pull over, see what was going on?
Get out, yes.
All right. So did you drive up the street a little bit and then park?
Immediate park, got out.
Okay. So when you got out, what'd you do?
I walked across, I went to the other side of the street.
All right. And would that be the Cup Food side of the street?
Yes.
Okay. So,
damn, we literally just sold another shirt while I was talking.
I engaged in what was going on by watching.
Holy shit, Memphis style. Thank you, guys.
The Cup Food side of the street.
Weeby says he looks like a California raisin. He actually does, dude. Yeah.
The officer, was asking Mr. Floyd to get out the truck. And shortly after they got Mr. Floyd out the truck and they walked over to the sidewalk where they allowed, just walked over to the sidewalk behind Mr. Floyd's truck.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you right there. We'll just break it down a little bit.
Yes, ma'am.
You said how many have we sold so far? We've sold 7 shirts so far, actually, because another one came in at $10.50. So we've sold 7 Memphis-style shirts. They'll be up at least until Monday. I may extend it until Wednesday since that would make it 1 week. If there's a lot of people asking me, to hold it over for a couple days, absolutely will not go past Wednesday. But you'll have it at least until Monday. I can't even promise Wednesday, but at least until Monday, because I want to make it limited time. Because it's kind of like a special event type shirt. It doesn't make sense really to leave that up long term.
Saw
it's a badass shirt too. I like it. I'm gonna get one for myself.
Mr. Floyd out of the truck. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you say Mr. Floyd. Did you know who he was at the time?
No, ma'am.
Did you later learn that that man was George Floyd?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you saw how many officers at that time did you see interacting with Mr. Floyd?
I want to say one at the time, then another one walked over to help him.
Okay. So tell the jury about that.
Oh,
What
hats are
did you
$30.
see,
Somebody's asking
the
about that.
First officer do, and then what happened next? So we'll start from that point.
Well, when I got out my truck and started watching, I basically just seen the officer asking Mr. Floyd to get out. And from that point on, I don't want to say the other officer walked up to the truck where the other officer was. The other officer was on the other side, so he walked up to where the officer trying to get Mr. Floyd out of the truck. I said, I heard a couple words, I don't know what it was, and then they finally got Mr. Floyd out of the truck, handcuffed and walked him down.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you right there. So first you saw one officer interacting on the driver's side of the car
Yes.
with Mr. Floyd. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you said there was another officer who was on the passenger side initially of that blue Mercedes truck. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then I think you're describing that eventually that
We've given to the
officer
sub.
on
Thank
the
you, man.
passenger side came over to assist on the
By the way, I'm
driver.
going to play your vaccine video here in a bit. We're going to do a segment on vaccines and stuff still, because literally I turned it. I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to some music before the show.
Oh, damn.
Did you
Hey, Ralph.
Yeah, go ahead.
There was just a mass shooting in the town over from me. Looks like it just happened. It's like 6 shot, 4 dead.
What?
Yeah.
So, do we know any other background on it? Just other than that? No, probably just that.
It says, I don't see anything else. It says officer involved shooting. It doesn't say if a cop was shot or a cop shot somebody or both. But 6 shot, 4 dead is what preliminary reports are saying.
Damn.
That's nuts.
I see what you're doing now. Alibi established. I was on a live stream at the time.
Yeah, well, the goth girls are my alibi.
All right, keep us posted on that, though, because I imagine we'll probably be talking about that some more, if I have to guess.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted.
Yeah. All right, let's continue.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you said that those officers got Mr. Floyd handcuffed. Did you see that happen?
No, I didn't. No, I don't not recall it.
So what did you see while you were standing on the cup food side of the street happen at the...
We just
right
sold 2
next
more
to that?
shirts. Holy shit.
Well, after that,
9 of them now. Thank you, ladies
because I
and
was looking
gentlemen.
away, but then when I turned back and looked, I did see Mr. Floyd handcuffed. Then they started to walk him down the sidewalk.
So you didn't see the very moment he was handcuffed,
No, ma'am.
but you
No.
did see that he ended up in handcuffs.
Yes, ma'am.
And were you looking around you but not focused the entire time on, what the exact moment was that he was handcuffed?
No, I
Okay.
didn't.
So you said that he was handcuffed, and then you said they walked him across the street. So can you describe or show on the map what you saw happen next?
Okay, you know what? We're about to skip forward because this bitch just takes forever to get to the fucking point. Okay, I see there's multiple people killed in shooting in Orange. Let's see, multiple people dead. Officers responded to a shooting in the 200 block of West Lincoln Avenue around 5:30 p.m. Let's see. Arrived as shots were being fired. Police found multiple victims at the scene, including fatalities. Police shooting occurred at the location, which appeared to be a business park, and the department said that the situation had, quote, been stabilized and that there was no threat to the public. Sounds like they took a motherfucker out. But Representative Katie Porter issued a statement in response to the shooting, says, I'm deeply saddened by today's reports. Keeping them in their thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, that's real close to me, but that's a nice area, I don't remember the last time there's been a shooting or a murder in South County.
All right, let's.
Oh, so it's not as they were saying in the chat. Is this a potassium American area?
Just wait till we get to the Richmond.
No, they got ran out a long ass time ago. Actually, they've never been here.
Wait till we get to the Rich. We got a segment on that too. Lucia Bremer here in Richmond, and I actually been seeing this on the news for days, and I didn't even realize what had happened, that she'd been shot by a black kid. and murdered, like this all-star student. We'll go ahead. She was like 13 years old, I think.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, geez.
That's in Henrico County. That's like 20 minutes. So Richmond is here. Henrico County surrounds Richmond because Richmond is what's called an independent city or whatever in Virginia. So
yeah, it's like Fredericksburg.
Yeah, exactly. There's other cities like that in the state too. All right, let's go ahead and continue. What is that noise? Who is that? Darth Vader in the background? What's going on there? Just kidding. All right, let's go ahead. What are you saying?
No, I'm just saying it's disgusting how they can kill a white girl in.
Well, like I said, I've been seeing this on the news for days, and I had no idea it was a black kid that shot her. And somebody actually mentioned it to me and said, Ralph, you haven't covered this story? Da-da-da. And I was like, nah, I just saw it on the news. I don't really watch the local news a ton. When I was up there with my mom, I turned on the local news. You know, she's sitting there. I'm still trying to get her. I'll talk more about that soon. But, you know, she's
If I was in Virginia right now, Ralph, I would be raising hue and cry right now. That is disgusting. I don't know what Henrico County's like, but, you know, Spotsylvania, if something like that happened, you know, there'd be at least
most people don't even – I had to dig to even figure out now. So the day of when the guy was on the loose, they issued an APB, and it was, you know, like black teen in a hoodie basically was the APB. And they caught him or whatever. But now in all the stories, it's just like teenager. You would never know that it was a black teen that did this in the first place. You would never know that. Police try to say it wasn't.
Back in the day, you know, he'd be in the police station for like 4 or 8 hours max.
I understand. I understand. Now, look, the thing is, so you can't find that out. And the police actually said that it's not racially motivated, which, I mean, it might not be. I don't know that he killed her just because she was white, but the thing about maybe he did. Maybe that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. That's what I was just about to say. It literally does not matter.
How old was she?
I think she was 13. We're gonna do the full segment later.
Like who
grade.
kills like a 13-year-old girl? Like what would motivate somebody to do that? That's like animal.
Well, he was a teen himself, but still, I would have never done that. No. Her family. We'll get to this later, but I believe she was 13. She was in the 8th grade. Okay, let's go ahead and finish this testimony though. I'm gonna skip ahead because this bitch takes forever. Let's start skipping ahead a little bit.
Right hand side behind the truck.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking for, and I can't see it.
All right, come on.
So,
here we go.
Mr. Floyd, at that point.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you said
yeah, George Floyd is the guy that we're all gonna fucking idolize and memorialize, right?
Oh, and this girl was about to be a legendary. Crackhead. Yeah, this girl was about to be a legendary person, looked like too. If you look at it, I'll show some of the clips later.
The street.
Yes, he was walking up the sidewalk with them.
And then what happened?
He said something about he couldn't. He said something. I can't quote right what he said, but whatever he said, they let him sit down.
Okay. And were you watching that part of the interaction where he was sitting down?
Yes, ma'am.
And where were you? Were you still on the cup?
I was still on the cup pool side.
Okay. And I'm going to try not to talk over you, but if we could just wait for the question and then you can answer, and then I'll try not to.
Lord Aragon said he heard it was gang initiation. Okay. Really? I haven't heard that, but that would be even sicker, honestly.
Are on the cup food side. You see them sit him down at the Dragon Walk.
I mean, so what I was hearing, that maybe it was like a robbery type situation or something like that. Either way, and that doesn't make it okay, by the way, at all. I'm not defending it regardless. This kid. If you decide to smoke somebody as a teenager, I don't believe in the whole, oh, he was just a kid or whatever. God damn it, at 13 years old, I knew it was wrong to kill a motherfucker. So, you know, you need to be put away. If not for the rest of your life, until you're like, fuck it, 30, 40 years. I don't, punish them like you would anybody else on it. Once they get to a certain age, I don't have that same, oh, they were just a kid. No. Okay, you know what? At 13, I knew not to fucking smoke some little girl. Like, what the fuck? Fuck that.
What was going on in terms of the whole conversation?
No, ma'am.
Capital punishment, I don't know about that. I don't really. I think the other kid's pretty young too, like 14, 15. I probably wouldn't. But, I'm a little bit softer than some of you motherfuckers.
But you were watching what was going on.
But some of those things.
Yes, ma'am.
I say, old enough to bang, old enough to bang.
Yes, ma'am. They have been got up off the sidewalk.
Okay. And then after he got up off the sidewalk, where did they go?
They went north across the street at the red light, which would be going north through the red light.
So did they head toward Cup Foods at that point?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And where were you? Did you stay where you were, or did you follow?
I just went on down the sidewalk almost to the front edge of Cup Food.
Okay.
To the stoplight.
Be careful, Chad. We're going to have to hand out some timeouts here.
I'm going to put up...
I'm watching you, motherfucker.
Can you take this down, please? Thank you. Did we show you some pictures and videos from that day prior to your testimony in court?
Oh, Max, by the way, Max is saying he heard the same thing, gang initiation. Wow. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try to dig on that while we listen to the rest of this. And I'm going to skip forward, too. Come on.
Yes, I did.
The jury.
I do.
And is that what you looked like on May 25th?
Oh, we got it. God damn.
Taking Mr. Floyd to the squad car at that point? Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And was he still handcuffed at that point?
Yes, ma'am.
And was Mr. Floyd walking with those officers?
Yes, ma'am.
And was it just those two officers at that point?
Yes.
Did you know either of those two officers?
No.
Okay. And then did you continue to observe after they got to that squad car?
Yes, I did.
And what did you see then?
Just standing and observing him, get him into the car, and as they get him in the car, I'm just paying attention like I always was.
And was Mr. Floyd saying anything at that point in time?
Yes, he was.
And were you engaging in a conversation?
This is the part I wanted to play
Floyd as well.
Yes, I was.
Bitch took long enough to get
just
there.
a little bit about what was going on in that moment.
At the time I was engaged with Mr. Floyd, that the officer was, trying to get him in the car and everything, talking to him, and I was telling Mr. Floyd, just ply with him, get on in the car because you can't win, something to that nature.
Okay. And before, as you were watching Mr. Floyd walk up to the squad car, he was seated down and then he was walked across the street. Any of those moments in time, did you see Mr. Floyd fighting or being violent?
I just saw somebody in chat said it's hard. It's hard not to go off in chat. I understand that. It's hard for me too. And I have to wrangle everybody else on the show, or attempt to, and wrangle myself at the same time. I know it's not always easy, but just still.
The officers from the moment he was taken out of the car until he was sat down and then walked across the street?
No.
Okay. And then you're describing what was going on, and he was handcuffed, you described that whole time, is that right?
Yes.
And then you're talking about them trying to get him into the car. Did we previously show you a video that showed your position and what you were watching, as well as what one of the officers' body cameras showed was going on at that moment? Did you see video of that on a previous date?
Yes.
And did that show accurately and fairly what you saw, as well as what you heard and what was going on with respect to Mr. Floyd at the squad car? Did that show what was happening?
Yes.
Okay. And just so I'm clearly describing it to you, I know you saw a number of videos. There was one that had a view from one of the officer's body cameras combined with a surveillance camera that was showing where you were standing. And that's what we've marked as Exhibit 39. And you said that video showed what you were doing and what you saw and heard. Is that right?
Yes.
All right, I'd offer Exhibit 39.
39 is received.
And we will publish that now.
So we have sold 12 shirts. Just a little short update here. Thank you guys for the massive support. And one person even bought two different versions of this shirt. So there we go. A little short update there. I also thought about, I might do this just for laughs, putting the bloody shirt up and auctioning it off on eBay. I saw those fucking clowns. They're doing some like raffle shit. I don't know. They're fucking weirdos. They have all kinds of fucking schemes to try to cheat people out of their money rather than just letting them buy the product or whatever. So you have to like enter a raffle to even get a chance to buy the shirt or something. It's like some OnlyFans type scam shit. I don't even know. I never even heard of this shit. Yeah, you have to enter a raffle to even get a chance to buy it. I don't even know. It's weird as fuck. But if I do it, I'll just put it up on eBay. Start at like $5.
You know, the word grifter gets thrown around a lot irresponsibly, but that might actually be the most like straight definition of the word that I've seen.
It was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that. Like put it in a raffle just to get a chance to buy it. Like I was like, what? By the way, there's the Entropy link, Jen. If you just go to killstream.live/entropy, it'll take you there. But yeah, I might put it up on eBay just as a laugh. Started off where it's just, you know, paying for shipping or whatever, like $10 or whatever. I said $5, but I should at least put enough to make sure I get the shipping paid, and see where it goes from there. That might be funny. Send it off with a certificate of authenticity. I still have some of those limited edition cards. I'll write one out, take a picture with it. We'll see. I'm thinking about doing it. I was joking with Pantsu about that last night. Gun for Bama says, is Nelson rocking the mullet? If so, he's a winner in my book, regardless of the verdict. It is kind of a semi-mullet, isn't it? Entropy is down? Hold up.
Oh, I had.
Yeah.
Does that show you walking by?
Oh, okay. Hold on. You're right. Give me 1 second. Wow, that's kind of weird.
Entropy just did its monthly rollover, and it gets a bit unstable.
Oh, is that what happened?
Oh, okay.
Okay. That reminds me, I need to send them, because I used 2 different entropies this month. They're usually pretty much on top of it, but sometimes when I bounce around, I do need to send them a thing. Okay, well, I'll start entropy back up. But killstream.live/entropy going forward is going to take you there every single time. And I think, yes, it's back up now. Okay.
Let me just pause it for 1 moment. Before we play, the top screen, does that show where you're standing next to the squad car?
Yes.
And can you just point yourself out on that top screen? And then the other video that's embedded within what's shown here, that shows the officer and Mr. Floyd at the car. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We will clear that, and then we will continue to play. Thank you.
I don't want to win. I'm claustrophobic. You ain't gonna win. I'm claustrophobic. I got anxiety. I don't want to do nothing to this. Man, I'm scared as fuck, man. Okay. You made a mistake. Somebody when I start breathing, it's gonna go off on me, man.
Just go in the car. This guy's like, you made a mistake. You fucked up. He talks about it at a certain point, I think, here coming up, where he's just like, once you get in that car, you're going to jail. And that's the realest fucking shit that's ever been spoken. Once you get in that fucking car, usually once you get them handcuffs on, you're going to jail. But once they put you in that car, there ain't nothing you can say. There ain't nothing you can do. They're going to take you to jail one way or the other. And it might just end with your ass dead like it ended with Floyd. But you will be going to jail. And there's nothing you can do or say to get out of that. And fighting it is just going to make it a lot fucking worse. And I sat there and watched it. I was like, that's the real shit there, dude. And I guess, people's natural inclination to get in trouble. Oh, I'll fight it. Oh, I'll cry. Or I'll say something and they'll let me go. No, you won't. You won't. Just shut your mouth, go to jail, and get out. That's all you can do.
And talk to your lawyer.
Talk to your lawyer. Don't say anything else. And look, it's not, that's not all. He said finish the tape. He doesn't go to jail. That's true.
Well, that's
but
true.
I mean, look, dude, just don't. And again, I've not been perfect on it throughout my life. I don't want to sit here and preach like I've always reacted the right way to the police, obviously. But even as far as talking to the police, just keep your mouth shut. Just keep your mouth shut, especially when you know you're going to jail. You're not going to get anywhere. I can think back to my younger self talking so much shit. If I had the tapes of me like getting arrested when I was young, I mean talking so much shit, like banging my head on the window like they do in Cops. Like, holy fuck. I remember when my car got totaled and because I'd let this dumb bitch drive it. And I got out and I shouldn't say this, but I had like 4 ounces of weed in my car. And so I was worried that they were going to find that. And I grabbed it and handed it to her, and she ended up like going and dumping it at this gas station. I think she really stole it, but whatever. I didn't care because if they'd have caught me at that was a huge charge back then. 4 ounces of weed in West Memphis, Arkansas would have been like a fucking super felony charge back then. Intent to distribute, all kinds of shit. So
I was about to say you would be fucked.
I would have been fucked. I would have been fucked, dude. I would have been really fucked. So I didn't care. Whatever. But the person who got out, like who got in the other car that got in the wreck, got out, and I was like, this fucking bitch. It's like, this fucking dumb bitch pulled out. I was talking to the other car, by the way. It turns out it was almost certainly the dumb bitch who was driving my car, but at the time. And I was like, this fucking dumb bitch, da-da-da. And the cops came, and they're just like, calm down, da-da-da. I was like, fuck you, motherfucker. I was like, I'll say whatever the fuck I want. Fuck off. Eventually, I ended up getting arrested. After my car's laying in the middle of the road, just fucking decimated. I'm getting arrested, hauled away. And it's the same bitch cop that I already knew from some other dealings growing up. And she showed up on the scene. And I was just sitting in the back of the car, and I was like, motherfucker. I was like just talking all kinds of crazy shit. This is what not to do, by the way. And I remember she came up to the window, and she's like, I'm about to tase you. I'm about to tase you. I was like, tase me, bitch. I was like, I don't give a fuck. And luckily I didn't get tased. But I should have gotten tased. You know what I mean? Like, there's no point in that, especially when you're already in the cop car. Like, I was in the cop car walling out. Now, I didn't resist going into the cop car, though. That's the thing. So I went in the cop car willingly, but once I got in there, I was talking all kinds of shit. So I guess there was a little bit of wrinkle there, now that I think about it, because I did go in willingly. I didn't fight that aspect of it. So maybe, I don't know. It would have been really easy. They didn't have body cams back then, though. What if they just opened up the car and beat the fuck out of me? That was not beyond the West Memphis police to do either. Let's see. William A33 says, we've been spending most of our lives living in an Amish paradise. Been spending most of our lives. Yeah, that's true. Gun for Bama says, bro, it's definitely the cuffs. Once in cuffs, you're going to the big house. That's it. Dude, once they put them cuffs on you, just give it up.
You're fucked at that point. Just give up.
Just give it. Once you hear them clinks, like click, everybody. Oh, well, not everybody knows.
Like I said, just shut your mouth.
You can feel it.
Go
they
to jail.
On so tight.
Talk to your lawyer.
Hyper conservative says, R.I.P. Big Floyd. Can I get a that's right? Yes, you can. Let's continue.
Okay. Let me count to 3.
By the way, I've never told that story on air, but I've told that story 1,000,000 times in my private life.
Pause right there, please. All right, we're at 1807.
That's right.
Now, just to sort of summarize what's happened thus far, are you having a conversation with Mr. Floyd at that point?
Yes, ma'am.
And what's going on in that conversation?
It's going on a conversation that I'm watching, Mr. Floyd saying it. He collapsed over to the back seat of the police car. And I'm trying to get him to understand that when you make a mistake, once they get you a cup, it's no certain thing as being clasped over. You're going to go with them. And I was trying to get him to go.
Okay, and you were saying, is it your voice saying things like you can't win?
Well, we have an update. Oh, we'll go back because I want to catch that part. But we have an update on the George Floyd footage for Rand. I want to make sure we see this. This was done for you, sir. I put in this request for you, especially for you. Shall we? Let me make sure it's seeable though, because it's off. There we go. Oh no! Oh no! No, not the Donkey Kong intro. Oh, dude, wait, hold up! I just now saw that. By the way. All jokes aside, look at his eyes right there. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, dude, look at his eyes. Can you guys see that? How fucked up was this guy? That look is like a look of...
Holy shit.
The fuck? That looks like unholy, dude.
Holy crap.
Dude, like, forget the joke. Honestly, forget the Donkey Kong joke. Look at this guy's eyes and that fucking... He does look almost possessed. What in the fuck, dude?
He's doing the...
Yeah, dude. Holy fuck. That's kind of freaky, man. Holy fuck. I like how we were going and just like on a joke
voodoo
clip.
Shit, man.
Yeah, we were on a joke clip, but oh my god, fuck. All jokes aside, that's fucking... If I was his defense attorney, I might freeze frame that in court. Look at his fucking eyes, dude. In all seriousness, I would really consider it. That looks demonic.
He's making
almost.
a fucking light from Death Note face. He's just like,
holy fuck, dude. That looks crazy. All right, let me go ahead and go back to this. All right, because he's about to break down here momentarily. I think.
It's no certain thing as being clasped over. You're going to go with them. And I was trying to get him to go.
Okay, and you were saying, is it your voice saying things like you can't win?
Yes, ma'am.
And why were you saying that?
Because I have had interaction with officer myself, and I understand once you get in the cup, you can't win. You're done.
Okay.
That's just the way I have looked at it.
So were you trying to just help him to...
Pretty. I mean,
Make
it's
the
on the nose.
situation easy.
Got it. So you were trying to make the situation easier. And there were some comments about, I'm claustrophobic, and then I believe there was a response. Were you having a conversation with Mr. Floyd at that point in time?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you feel like he was hearing you and understanding what you were saying?
Yes, ma'am.
And like you said, you were just trying to make it easier and help. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And at some point, again, we have this stopped at 8:18:07. Did some other officers arrive?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you know any of the other officers who arrived?
Yes, ma'am.
And who did you know?
Mr. Shelburne right there.
And if you can point to him on the screen, you're pointing there. So you've made a mark with the arrow pointing to Mr. Chauvin. How did you know Mr. Chauvin?
5 days prior to this happening, I pulled up on the squad car somewhere in South Minneapolis, and I seen Mr. Chauvin, and I told him, like I tell all officers, at the end of the day, you go home to your family safe, and let the next person go home to their family safe.
So you had just met him in the community a few days prior, is that right?
I had seen him in the community prior to them.
By the way, Entropy is back up, killstream.live/Entropy. I sent you the link to that, Jen, as well on Twitter if you didn't see it. But that'll always take you to the Entropy going forward.
The day I pulled up on him, I gave him the recommendation of what I said.
Okay, so you had seen him 5 days or so prior, had a conversation with him, but you had known him in the community before that as well, is that right?
I had seen him riding through the community, not knowing him.
Okay, so you recognized him as an officer in the community?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I apologize. I'll try to slow down.
Damn it, rolling through it. What the fuck? This bitch is, how many Adderall does she take? I'm glad the judge said something, because you know what? Like, we kind of just take it for granted sitting here listening, but she was absolutely steamrolling through her fucking whole presentation with this guy. And finally, the judge is like, whoa, could you just slow down a little bit? I think he said that for the court reporter. Yeah, I saw somebody in the chat. Tholos goes, stenographer go burr. Yeah, I think that's probably why he said it, because the fucking court reporter just sitting there like this, steam coming off the fucking, it's not a keyboard, whatever the fuck they use, some like weird ass fucking machine. All right. Dashboard. That's the dashboard for donation alerts. I'm about to say dashboard alerts. That would be retarded. Killstream.live/tip. All right, let's continue.
Okay. And I'm going to try not to talk over you. Do my best. All right. Okay. So.
Another shirt sold at 11:11.
Pause it for some follow-up. So go ahead. Thank you.
You can't win. I'm not trying to win. I'm not trying to win. I'll get on the ground. Anything.
13 shirts sold. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
You know it.
That's even better than I thought I would do, honestly. I really appreciate that.
Get in the car. Okay, can I talk to you, please?
Yes, you get in this car. We can talk.
I am claustrophobic. I'm claustrophobic, man.
You're not working with me.
God, I'm claustrophobic, man.
Get in the car.
Get in the car. Get in the front. Please.
No, you're not getting in the front.
I'm claustrophobic.
Somebody said, how do they buy shirts? Here's the link.
I'm not a bad guy, man.
In the car.
I'm not a bad guy.
Oh my God.
Please, please.
Take a seat.
Please, man.
Dude, George Floyd escalates this at every fucking time. At every fucking turn. Like, he's yelling, please. It's like, dude, just sit in the fucking car. Like, the cops are not trying to kill you. Like, they're literally not. They're just trying to fucking... Do you think Chauvin wishes this motherfucker had lived? I guarantee he fucking does. Are you kidding me? The fuck?
No, take a seat. I can't choke. I can't breathe. Please.
See, he's just screaming like a fucking wild man, dude. If I was an officer, I would be very apprehensive dealing with this guy. He's high as hell. Yeah. He's screaming like a fucking banshee. And again, unstable. He's unstable as fuck. And I've said this. Reasonable people can sit here and say it was too long with the knee. I agree. I think that it was just an unfortunate incident is what I think. But I can also see somebody sitting here and say, well, you know what? That knee was on there too long. Sorry, I can't. But that's manslaughter. It's not like Chauvin wanted to fucking kill this guy. Like they portrayed him as some type of bloodthirsty, crazed motherfucker that was out there trying to fucking execute George Floyd. That's not what happened. This guy was fucking crazed himself. He's the absolute crazed motherfucker. Like, just going off, just completely shit-faced out of his brain. Like, I mean, every clip we see of him, he's dancing around like fucking Donkey Kong. I mean, doing his face like this. Like, he's clearly just even... One of those is like, like he's just having trouble even just, he's so fucking high. Like, that's what that means. It's like, I'm so high. I just, at every turn, George Floyd makes it worse. And the way the media has portrayed this is just so fucking dishonest.
Ah, my wrist, man. My wrist, man, please. I can't, and I want to go. I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground. Come on.
See, like, what is he doing?
I'm going down. I'm going down.
Get in the squad.
I'm going down. I'm not going to lose any.
Yeah, exactly. I would assume he's on PCP. Somebody said, you know what he was on? He was speedballing fucking fentanyl and meth. I believe, is what I heard in the courtroom yesterday. This guy was on some shit. So where he didn't die before that. Yeah, it was speedballs, yeah.
Take a seat. Please, man.
Oh, by the way, I see Jen just chimed in over on killstream.live/entropy, and she said, love you, buddy. Chat wins. Chat's been winning this week, I have to say. They usually do win. They always win, as they say. Thank you, Jen. Good to see you. Thank you for that support. I love it. It shows up as yellow on there. I think it might be 20 or more when it shows up as yellow, but it's so pretty on Entropy when they showed up with the yellow. All right, let's continue. We still got a couple big segments, too, so I'm going to push through this here in a minute.
What's going on?
For what? Take him out. For what? Please, man.
What do you mean for what?
Here, come on out.
Look at you. Thank you. Get him on the ground.
Yeah, on the ground. On the ground.
See, it's the yelling. It's like how you can't... Even if he was resisting and talking shit, and it's like the out of control yelling, I guess, is what would put... I mean, just listen to it. Like, somebody just like, just out of their gourd the whole time. You're like, whoa, this guy's fucking dangerous. We better, fucking keep this motherfucker pinned down. Then he's not getting in the car, resisting. I don't know. Banshee, yeah, he's screaming like a banshee. That's great. That's exactly what I was looking for, yeah.
Restraint. Hobble. Okay. I'll grab that. Get him. Jesus.
I can't breathe.
Thank you.
I can't breathe.
Stop moving.
Mama.
One of the front pouches.
Another shirt.
Right.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 1123.
You're the last guy.
All right.
It's 14.
Now you go to jail.
I can't believe this. I can't believe this, man.
Please stop it right here, please.
Mama, look.
Mr. McGon.
Now, by the way,
do you need a minute?
You know what? Again, and I gave him. We talked about it earlier. I knew he broke down because I watched this live earlier. And I gave him benefit of the doubt because, I got shit going on with my mom, too. I could see how something could be triggered. But the prosecutor did kind of stop that. I don't know. My antenna went up a little bit how she stopped it right at that point, like almost she was expecting him to do that. I could be wrong, and I'm not saying that there's any way provable, but it just seemed like, I don't know. Let's go back and listen. Listen to how this happens.
You're the last guy.
All right. Oh, my God.
Now you go to jail.
I can't believe this.
I bet he infected all those people with COVID, too.
Please stop it right here, please.
Mama, look.
Mr. McGon, do you need a minute?
I don't know. It seems I could see people saying that they were ready for him to break down there, right? Like it was. I don't know.
It's so sad that George Floyd died of ligma.
Oh my God.
When you're ready.
Now,
We'll just give you a moment, Mr. McGon. I'm not sure if there's water as well. Oh. If you need a break to get some water, let me know.
I don't see any actual tears, but
Yeah. Weep for the dead fucking loser.
May I approach Your Honor?
Now, he ends up saying it was because his mom died last June. He doesn't even say it's for George Floyd, really. He says it's because his own mom died, whatever. Which, I don't know.
How many units of fentanyl were in her system?
Oh, my God, Rand, you fucker.
I'm just asking.
Oh, my God. All right, we're going to skip ahead a little bit because I want to get Nelson's in here. Let me see. Does Nelson even cross-examine this guy? I don't know if he does. Actually, I think he might just let him go. Yeah, I think he does. All right, but let's skip ahead a little bit because she's taking forever. Let's just get to the last, I don't know, the last 8 minutes here of his testimony. And because we still got two big stories, the vaccine stuff and the Lucia Bremer. That's right here in my home fucking town, so we're going to have to do a serious segment on that, and we're about to. All right, let's finish this up.
Yes, ma'am.
And why
14 shirts, thank you so much! Memphis style,
I
bitch!
can't breathe. You know, my stomach hurt. You know, he's saying things that make me believe that he's in trouble.
When you say in trouble, what do you mean by that?
He's gonna die.
Did you stay, and I'm not going to keep playing this clip, we can take it down, but did you continue to watch what was going on?
Yes, ma'am.
And eventually did you see an ambulance come?
Yes, ma'am.
At any point in time, did you see Mr. Chauvin or any of the officers give any medical attention, help give CPR, anything like that for Mr. Floyd?
No, ma'am.
And did you see Mr. Chauvin or any of the officers get off Mr. Floyd before the ambulance came?
No, ma'am.
And while you were watching that, did your concerns increase over time, the longer it went on?
Yes, ma'am.
And why was that?
It grew because when the paramedics arrived for Mr. Floyd, I knew then in my mind and my instinct it was over for Mr. Floyd. He was dead.
No, it was real in his mind.
After the paramedics arrived and then left the scene, did you have some additional interaction with Mr. Chauvin?
Yes, I did.
And prior to today, did we show you some video clips of that interaction?
Yes, you did.
And we've marked those clips as Exhibit 40 and 41, but reviewing those two clips, did they fairly and accurately show your interaction with Mr. Chauvin on May 25th, that date?
Yes, it did.
Your Honor, I'd offer Exhibits 40 and 41.
Any objection? 40 and 41 are received.
And Your Honor, I'd ask to publish Exhibit 40. And before we press play, one of these videos, Exhibit 40, contains a composite, so a video showing you as well as Mr.
Okay, we got it. Come on, bitch, show it. The fuck? We got two super chats on Instagram. I'll read them in just a moment. Let's watch this video first.
How you doing, man? I know you know me from over here. That's why I said that I ain't anybody. That was you 2 weeks ago. Huh? Yeah. How you say you didn't get put out his neck? I know you've been thinking about
So that can be, we can pause it right there, but that can be difficult to hear.
Yeah, it can be. What the fuck did you say?
What was it that you were saying to Mr. Chauvin at that time?
I can't recall, but in my mind that I said to Mr. Chauvin, in an act I think it was like 5 days ago. I'm not quite sure, but I know in my mind what I did say to him. I think I said to him 5 days ago, I told you at the end of the day, go home to your family safe, let the next person go home to their family safe, but the dad got to look at you as a maggot.
Whoa!
And so.
Okay, he said. Okay.
You're a director.
Hold on, wait. Say that again. What the fuck did he just say? Hold on.
Maggot.
I know. Right. But the rest.
5 days ago.
Oh, no. I thought you might have been genuinely confused. This guy doesn't speak English.
To him. I think I said to him 5 days ago, I told you at the end of the day, go home to your family safe. Let the next person go home to their family safe. But the dad got to look at you as a maggot.
Okay. And so.
What?
Your interaction continued with him in over these two clips. Is that right? Did he move his car at some point?
Well, either that clip or the other clip. Yes, he did.
Okay. And then did you also have another conversation with him as well?
I think so.
What is he
and initially, did you remark about his foot on his neck?
I don't understand what he said. I want to be clear, and I just listened to it twice, and he said something about, I don't know. I know he said, I said the other day that you go home, they go home, and now they're looking at you like a maggot, or you're looking at him like a maggot. I really don't understand. The dead guy look at you as a maggot. Okay. All right. Infinite Slick says, we're going to finish this right on the next go, by the way, 4 minutes left. Infinite Slick says, hold on. It is incalculable just how much more racist I've become with these passing day. I disavow completely. Also, Ralph, can you tell us about Pantsu? Pantsu's Pantsu. No, I can't tell you anything about that. Thanks for not banning me for certain words. You do get disciplined plenty. Also, if you get bored, can I date Pantsu when you're tired of her? No. The fuck? Wow, that's rude. She has to be sitting there. What do you have to say to that? Pull the mic up.
Never in your dreams.
Oh, wow. Sorry, Infinite Slick. Keep supporting the show, though. Wait, go ahead and say it again. Too.
Sorry, buddy.
Margaret Sanger says, one thing I never hear mentioned is that he was driving around that high, endangering everyone. Yeah, I don't know. Was he driving the vehicle? Yeah, he was, actually. I think he was driving. I think that was passenger. I don't know. No, was he not?
He was not driving the vehicle, Ralph. He was a free citizen traveling in his land vehicle.
He was a traveler. You're right. He wasn't driving. He was traveling. There we go. Okay. All right, let's see here. Margaret Sanger says, one thing I already read that. God damn it. Okay, Reyes. Oh, thank you, Reyes. Very kind of you. He says, objection, Your Honor. Is every prosecution witness going to blubber like a bitch? Yeah, apparently so, actually.
I can't recall.
Thank you, Reyes.
But if it's there, it'll be in the videos.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And again, some of these can be difficult to hear. Can we put up Exhibit 41, please?
Can you advise the fire department if they're still with you, they need to go to 36th Park to assist with the patient?
But I still respect you. That's one person's opinion. But no, I gotta get him. We gotta control this guy because he's a sizable guy. Yeah, and I tried to get in the car. Looks like he's probably on something. But I'm just saying, but no, I got nothing bad to say about you because you respect me, I'm gonna keep respecting you. Right. You have a good night. You go home safe to your family. Let other people do the same.
Okay, so there's a voice that's heard. There are two voices. Which voice is yours?
The one when I told him I'm gonna respect him at the end of the night. You go home to your family safe, and let the next person go home to his family safe.
And whose voice is the other voice?
Mr. Shaw.
And one of the voices was saying something to the effect of, I don't respect what you did, or something like that. Was that your voice or Mr. Chauvin's voice?
My voice.
Okay. And was Mr. Chauvin's voice the other voice on that?
Yes.
And what were you trying to do at that point in time when you were talking to Mr. Chauvin?
By the way, can I comment on this? After the police a guy's dead after this incident, probably not the time I'd walk up and start talking shit to the police. Not necessarily the brightest move I've ever heard of, but whatever.
What I watched was wrong.
And did you feel it was important to tell him that?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, I want to mention this before we finish. Chauvin never stopped writing the entire fucking time. He writes the whole entire court day. He writes and writes and writes, and we can only speculate what he's writing. But
a sequel to Eternity.
Sure.
Oh, now this is they rested questioning, and Chauvinator here talks with his attorney, and they end up not cross-examining. So that was his testimony. We had the George Floyd dancing. That's George Floyd trial day 3. I'll be up in the morning to cover day 4. And we'll see. I don't know what the prosecution has in store. They did talk to a lieutenant, I guess, later in the day. His testimony is way longer. We're not going to go through it. And he starts talking about body cam videos and stuff like that. We may or may not break some of that down in the morning if I start a little bit early. But yeah, we're going wall to wall with the Floyd trial, the Chauvin trial, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and expect a lot more coverage from the kill stream. Not every night. We won't. These last 2 nights we have taken up a lot of Floyd time, so it might not be a full hour every night. But yeah, we're going to be covering it hardcore and those special episodes, court retort episodes in the morning. Clifford C. Clavin says, "What's hotter to a boomer, a McDonald's coffee or a black guy with sunglasses?" Wow. Clifford. All right, now let's go ahead and continue on. We're done with the Floyd trial now. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Joe Biden's German Shepherd involved in another biting accident requiring medical attention. Oh, no. Biden's dog Major nipped the individual while on a walk. Major still adjusting to his new surroundings, they said.
If this please tell me it was another black guy.
I bet you know it is, dude. German Shepherd. This is German Shepherd, right? They bite black dudes all the time, just by nature. And it doesn't even necessarily have to.
Sense evil.
No, it's not. No, it's like I don't know. Well, I mean, even it doesn't even have to be like a robber or something. It'll just. It's something that's like bred in some of these dogs. It's just like they like to bite black people. Like I don't know. It's fucking crazy, actually. I've seen dogs do that for no reason. Like, not even a black person that's trying to, rob you or whatever, or sell you crack. Just like the mailman, or whatever. Like, the fucking, just some black dude come over to your house or whatever, and your dog starts getting crazy. I don't know if anybody else in the chat's ever seen that, but I've seen that a million times.
Oh, you know that instinct is like a programmed genetic memory that's made up from like thousands of years of like lived experience, right?
The blood remembers.
It really is startling, and I mean, I don't know. People can sit here and call it racist or what. I mean, the dog's racist. I don't know. Like, it's not me that fucking came up with that. The dogs are like that. Like, I didn't make them do that. Oh, Trudeau had something to say today. He said the right vaccine for you to take is the very first vaccine you're offered, is what he said.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. Is that right? Okay.
I'm wondering, with the system that we have now in which Health Canada approves vaccines and then NACI makes recommendations, in this case of the AstraZeneca vaccine, it seems to be showing some confusion and some hesitancy, having Health Canada say a vaccine is safe for all groups, but then having NACI say that it should only be used for people over the age of 55. I'm wondering if you think fundamentally the structure maybe isn't fit for a pandemic, even if it works during normal times.
I think what we saw yesterday, Ryan, was all the different levels of organizations of experts coming together, whether it was public health officials across the country coming out with a coordinated statement, or Health Canada and NACI working together to ensure that there is coordination in the messages. Look, I understand how challenging this can be for Canadians. The science is evolving as we get more and more
Canadians
data.
have been locked down. You think it's bad in the U.S.? Warsky's talked about this. God, they're just completely enslaved up there in Canada. By the way, still got 1,000 watching this live on the Kill Stream. Shout out Chill Stream Clips. 300 or so, a little bit around that over on YouTube, The Mirror. Let's continue.
The science is evolving, by the way, is code word for we acknowledge that we constantly keep telling you different things, but just shut up.
There is one thing.
Well, they're getting fucked. I mean, they keep getting. I mean, this AstraZeneca thing, they keep pushing.
These experts, and that is keeping Canadians safe and getting through this pandemic as quickly as possible. That is the underlying element to every recommendation, to every decision that is put out there. And I can tell you that the work
I have to resize it. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Is extraordinary, not just here in Canada, but coordinating with people around the world. The bottom line for Canadians is the right vaccine for you to take is the very first vaccine that you are offered.
Wait, what? By the way, this AstraZeneca people are, I won't say dropping like flies, but there's some definite concerns. Definitely hitting a little in ways that it shouldn't be. I want to be careful here. I don't want to get fucking just run off on a rail on like vaccine hatred or whatever. But I haven't taken it for a reason. I've talked about this personally. I'm not fucking taking it unless I absolutely have to. And that's just the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
The more we get Canadians vaccinated quickly and safely, the quicker we'll be able to get back to a semblance of normality. With the variants that are more severe and more transmissible increasing around the population, we need to make sure we're doing everything we can to get through this.
All right, I've heard enough. I've heard enough. Let's see. COVID-19 live updates. Johnson & Johnson's vaccine on hold after factory mix-up. That's a great thing. Also, like I mentioned,
it's going very well, isn't it?
I was listening to, I was like, okay, I'll listen to a little rap. I listen to rap, classic rap. I listen to a lot of different shit, right? Musically. I'm eclectic in my musical taste. And so I was like, all right, I'm turning on Hip Hop Nation. Let's see what they got going. And I turned it on there, and I shit you not. It was Fauci, LL Cool J, and inexplicably, DJ Jazzy Jeff. DJ Jazzy Jeff? What is DJ Jazzy Jeff doing in that mix? You know what? Okay, LL Cool J has his own station, Rock the Bells or whatever. It's like the station before. They were on all these stations simultaneously, by the way. So they were on LL Cool J's, basically all the black rap stations. They were broadcasting simultaneously. So was LL Cool J...
you know what's happening, right?
Yeah, they're trying
black
to fucking...
people don't want to take the vaccine because they don't trust it.
That's exactly right. We talked about this on the show.
The white man telling them to take the vaccine, and they're just like, no, fuck that.
We talked about that on this show months ago. And there was a poll, and they were like, it was a huge percentage. I don't want to quote the number because I don't remember the exact number, but it was a massive number. And it was black people expressing skepticism, saying they didn't want to take the vaccine. And they were blaming like right-wing misinformation. And I said, no, it has nothing to do with anything you think is misinformation on the right wing. It has to do with how you rolled this shit out. All these weird photo ops with world leaders taking it and just all this corny shit, weird shit. You rushed it through in the first place. It's like like the way it interacts is a new thing too that they just kind of rush through. They don't really know how this interacts with humans and stuff. I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in it, to be honest.
I like how we get the blame for this. You know who absolutely loves conspiracy theories? Black people.
Well, yeah.
They fucking love conspiracy theories.
And by the way, I'm not even saying that it doesn't lower, the transmission or whatever of corona. Maybe it does, but I mean, it's their fault that people feel that way, that I feel that way. It has nothing. I'm not an anti-vax dude. Like, I'm not one of those, whatever. Let's get fired up about vaccines. That's not my thing.
I'm not either. Like, I had to have like a billion fucking different things before, I started working in my field.
Just feels like they rushed it out by at least 6 to fucking 8 months, and that some of the people feeling the boom on that are just taking it. You know what I mean? Like you're the people. By the way, I'm one of these people usually who buys the console the day of. You know what I mean? And you're working. Remember the Red Ring and Tomb on Xbox? Remember all the fucked up shit when the PlayStation 2 launched? I had one of the original launch PlayStation 2s, and it worked for like a week, and then it started having massive fucking disc errors, all this fucking shit. You're like the people who pre-ordered the consoles and got in line and got all that shit.
The literal bleeding edge.
Yeah, exactly.
Ralph,
yeah.
Ralph, the best PlayStation for you is the first one that's offered, okay?
Man, I don't know. And to me, it's their fault. I'm not a naturally skeptical guy when it comes to vaccine. Matter of fact, I was hyped about the vaccine. Originally, I was like, okay, this might, I'm not an anti-vax guy. But
until you find out that it literally forces your soul out of your body.
Well, yeah, when you start reading about it and you're seeing all these people having massive problems with it, and it's like, man, I don't think I'm not rushing out to take that. I'm just not. So, I don't know. If that makes me anti-vax, whatever, fuck off. I'm not.
It means you're a big dummy who doesn't fucking love science.
Well, I'm not even saying if I have to take it, like I said earlier, I said this a couple weeks ago, there was a time where they were talking like I might have to take that to go see my mom, who's fucking, traumatic brain injury, trying to recover from that. And I go see her every single day, and like that would be a big thing. And that was going to be a decision I'd have to make. I mean, I might have had to fucking take the vaccine, to be honest with you, and just roll the dice and be like, well, we'll see what happens. I hope it works out. Fuck it. But luckily, I didn't have to do that. But people are having to make those kind of choices. Some people for work or to have to go do certain things. They have to take the vaccine. And a lot of people, I know people too. I know people in the chat probably know some people like this who just went ahead and taken it. They're like, well, I have to. Fuck it. So. I don't begrudge that. I understand that mentality too, because I was almost there myself, or having to be there. Okay, hold on. Wait, I just heard it's culture war. Okay. Infinite Slick says, can we please find a new, young, hot piece of ass for Ralph so I can get the pantsy rebound? He says, I'm getting a Lamborghini Gallardo.
This is highly optimistic.
This is wow. I don't think you're actually getting a Lamborghini Gallardo.
This guy's a horn dog, man.
This is unbelievable. Then he says, no, man, I'm kidding. I'm getting a Murcielago, excuse me. Also, watch your butt. Milo is glowing. That's what he said. Watch your butt. Milo is glowing. I like the double entendre.
You're posting a lot of horny for somebody that's in bonk distance.
Teenage boy charged with murder of 8th grade girl who was shot multiple times in Virginia. Teenage boy had been arrested in connection with a shooting that killed an 8th grade girl in Virginia after a day-long manhunt. Why don't we just watch this? Oh, wait, I have to unmute it, don't I? Yes, I do. Okay.
I've been in touch with police all evening long about this one. Right now, they are working to figure out exactly who did this because, quite frankly, their initial search for a shooter has now escalated to the search for a killer, and they could certainly use your help to identify who that might be. Go ahead, take a look at your screen right now. Again, we were at the scene shortly after this all unfolded around 4:30 this afternoon. You're looking at the Gayton Forest West subdivision, and that's on Winding Ridge Drive, not far from Pump Road and directly behind Godwin High School. Here's what we're learning. Witnesses tell us that they saw two young girls walking in the neighborhood with a man, or another person I should say, who was walking with them at the time. They also say that that person opened fire. They heard about 5 gunshots at the very least. And then witnesses tell us they saw, unfortunately, the victim on the ground. Neighbors also tell us that the person who opened fire was seen running from the scene. We caught up with one neighbor who lives just doors down from where this all unfolded.
But there were some yard guys down the street yelling, "Gunman, gunman." And so I was just screaming for my husband to hurry home, and my son was crying because he was scared, and you just don't think that that's going to happen out here.
Probably in a white neighborhood, too.
Of course, an entire community left shaken up by this. I will tell you that police went door to door at one point, speaking with neighbors, trying to gather any clues about what people may have seen. They're also asking for surveillance video. Maybe you have a Ring camera or a camera.
Said, how close was this to me? Henrico County is like here, basically. Just outside of Richmond city limits. I mean, I don't know, 25 minutes, maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, that literally looks identical to my neighborhood growing up. You know, that colonial-esque architecture, the green lawns. It looks like every fucking Fredericksburg area, white area. And this piece of shit can't even, he kills them using deceit. He's walking with them. Then he just randomly pulls out his piece and shoots them.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
It's fucked. Now I'm going to pull this up. Let's see. Yeah, that's about, let me see. I got it pulled up on the map. That's about 25 minutes from my house. So, yeah. All right. Now,
I mean, where I grew up, it's like all the blacks were on one side of the tracks and like all the white people were on the other side of the tracks. And it's like, this is like shit like this is why.
All right. Now let's continue.
Because.
Wait, hold on. Let me read these. Big Z, I don't even know what that means. Big Z, little N. Is that something? I'm not getting it if it's like some slur I'm not understanding, but he says, You would be anti-vax too if your little brother got autism from them. That's true. I would be. Yeah, I'm not downing those people. By the way, I'm not downing those people. And again, I shouldn't have said it like that. I'm just saying it's not really my thing. I don't want to sit here and act like I'm some type of vaccination activist. Generally, I'm not. I generally just kind of.
Yeah, besides that, without the vaccines, Ralph wouldn't have me.
Yeah, exactly. I know too many legends as a result of those vaccines. I would never.
Me, Flamenco, a couple other people,
half the audience. All right, now exploding Britney says, "Is this reporter Kanye's slow brother?" I saw a lot of Kanye mentions.
Yeah, he's just reading that out so toneless. Like this was like it was dreadful. Like this guy is bad at his job.
All right, let's go. By the way, I was kidding. Although I'm pretty autistic too in certain ways, so I can't even talk that much shit. Let's continue.
Property that showcases the street, because that could certainly help.
You have to be autistic to do this for a living, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be honest.
So police could certainly use that as well. We do have a description from police tonight about this young man. They're describing him as a young man. They say he was wearing a hoodie, and that hoodie was two-toned with camouflage at the bottom. They're also describing his hairstyle.
No, wait, listen to this. No, this is very important. I laid this all out for a reason. Just listen. Listen to how he describes him, and then I'm going to go over here and read the actual description, okay?
Describing him as a young man, they say he was wearing a hoodie, and that hoodie was two-toned with camouflage at the bottom. They're also describing his hairstyle. They're saying he had shaggy hair, which was shaved on the sides. If you have any information that could help, again, that young man is about 5'8", around 120 pounds. Be sure to contact.
Now, listen to this. Now, listen to this. This is from Richmond.com. This is from the Richmond Times-Dispatch from the day of. This is what was put out. You heard how he described it. We're going to go back and listen to it again.
Right.
This is HPD. This is a direct quote from Henrico Police. They wrote this. HPD sending out reverse 911 to alert area residents of the suspect's description, Henrico Police wrote. Younger black male, 5'8", 125, wearing a two-tone hooded sweatshirt with camouflage on the bottom. The suspect was further wearing a mask last seen on foot. Now, notice how they led with younger black male.
The most important descriptive.
Well, literally it is. If you're looking for somebody who just shot somebody, what's the easiest thing to spot? Their fucking color.
He could shave his head and change his outfit.
Right. You can't change the color of your skin. Like, what the fuck? It's not even racist. It's just common sense. And so this fucking bozo, while they were looking for the killer, these fucking cocksuckers... He could have got away.
They're more concerned about covering for black people than avenging the death of this innocent girl.
Dude, he could have got away because they're like trying to be so woke. Think about this. This is actually a dangerous thing. This is a public threat to public safety. What they did here. Think about this. Is why the guy was still
disgrace. It's a disgrace and offense against all good, justice-loving people. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this? This media abomination is so out of control. They can get away with this shit because they know that we're not going to fucking protest them for doing bullshit like this. If they did this and they fucked over the investigation for a black guy that got
killed
murdered,
other people? What if he went out and shot somebody else? What if when they tried to arrest him, he killed 2 police officers or whatever, and they didn't catch him when they could have caught him because fucking Indian Kanye here just thought it wasn't appropriate to say there was a black guy. You know, it was a black kid.
But Ralph, thanks to institutional racism, we already knew it was a black guy.
Well, we knew because they would have said it. Yeah, it's you know what? I forget whose law this is. But if they don't say the race, I mean, it almost always.
Police. Let's go back. Maybe you have a rain camera or a camera on the street, because that could certainly suspect ran by. So police could certainly use that as well. We do have a description from police tonight about this young man. They're describing him as a young man.
No, they described him. You know how they described him? Do you know how they described him? Younger black male is what they said. They didn't say young man. They didn't say young male. They said younger black male. Very clearly.
They say he was wearing a hoodie, and that hoodie was two-toned with camouflage at the bottom.
By the way, this is terrible. He didn't even mention his height. This guy's a fucking... Get out of here. What?
We also said shaggy hair. Yeah, shaggy hair shaved on the side. camo at the bottom, like, what are you going to think of? You're going to think of a white dude.
Dude,
yeah, that's instantly what I associate with two-tone hoodies with camouflage at the bottom.
I don't know, man. It's not, to me, it's a public safety thing, even worse. Like, it's even bad enough when we usually talk about this and it's, some article talking about a murder and we're sitting here and we're like, okay, they left out it was a black dude, or they left out it was an Arab or whatever, when they never do it when it's a white person. Matter of fact, they lead with that. Not that they don't mention they lead with it.
There are journalists.
Yeah, they're salivating to
with
say
blue
that.
check marks on Twitter. That every time something like this happens, they immediately say, "Oh, I hope it was a white guy this time."
But maybe that's why they're holding off, Gator. Like they recently misidentified the race of a shooter. Maybe they've learnt their lesson. They're being a little bit more cautious this time. Sorry, I can't say.
Yeah, of course that was it. It's just so fucking. It's just so disgusting. It's even more. It's not even disgusting. It's offensive. I don't even know the word. I got some words. I have to be. We're on air, and I want to be crazy, but man, it really is. It's a threat to public safety, and it's just an affront on a whole new level. Like, this was a breaking. This guy was still out there with a gun who had just gunned down this person. And I'm going to play this video. And honestly, we're going to do it now, so we'll still have some show left, because like, these videos are not going to make you happier about the story. I know that there's really no way to do that outside of a couple.
I'm blowing up his Twitter replies right now. That'll make me feel better.
Super Sasha X says, "Hey, Kill Crew, just got my YouTube payment of $1,000. Here, I have $3, Ralph. April Fools, you dumb cunts. I still haven't made a single dollar on YouTube." I haven't either in a while. Thank you, Super Sasha X. I appreciate you. All right, let's watch this.
More tributes tonight in memory of the Henrico teen who was killed in a shooting last Friday. Community members turning out all across Henrico County today to pay their respects to Lucia Bremer's family.
Henrico reporter Karina Ballster is in the county's West End at the Richmond Strikers soccer complex, and this is where one of those memorials has formed.
Well, this is just one of the many memorials outside of the neighborhood where that shooting happened, which pays tribute to 13-year-old Lucia Bremer. Dozens of people stopping by, many of them strangers.
Number 19.
It was the number Lucia Bremer sported with the Richmond Strikers Soccer Club. It's this balloon and the memorial around it that caught Ron McKay's eye as he was driving along Pouncey Track Road.
I hear so much on the radio. It's a horrible tragedy what happened. Thought I'd pull in, pay my respects.
McKay offering a prayer for Lucia's family and friends during this unimaginable time.
I just saw a picture of her. I didn't know her, didn't know anything about it, but it's we're all human, and so I can just imagine. I've got a daughter. They're just devastated.
Richmond Strikers Executive Director Jay Howell says Lucia has been with the club since she was a little girl, a force to be reckoned with on the field, playing center midfield, a position demanding a lot of attention.
You're always thinking and you're always involved. You're always attacking, you're always defending, and you're always doing everything in between, as we say. And she had that kind of energy where she could do that. She could go box to box.
It's a hard position to play. Definitely.
She do it well?
Yeah, she did it very well.
Samantha Lineberger played indoor soccer with Lucia, going undefeated nearly 2 years ago. It's why she wore this hat while reflecting on her memories with her fallen teammate.
A lot of the reason we got a lot of goals in our indoor season was because of her and because of her assists and stuff.
While the sun sets across the soccer complex, Field 1 will be illuminated throughout the night.
By the way, I see a couple people talking about who cares about soccer. I mean, that's what she was good at. Like, what the fuck? Like, she had a lot of soccer teammates. Fuck you, anti-sports people. You make me sick, actually. Let's continue.
Memory of that bright light taken too soon.
We wanted to keep the lights on in her honor.
She was always very happy. Like, if you saw her smile, you would start smiling too, and she was never not smiling.
I'm told members of her team did meet tonight with grief counselors on hand. I also saw one of her coaches actually come by and write a message on one of the boards behind me. It read in part, quote, "A smile so big and a light so bright. Truly a one-of-a-kind player and person." On your side in Henrico County, Karina Bolster, NBC 12 News.
All right, I'm not going to play all the sad shit, but yeah. I thought we needed to do a segment on it, though, because you're probably not going to hear. I mean, if you're here locally, you're going to hear a shit ton about it, but I don't expect you to hear it anywhere else, probably.
Well, what are we going to do about it?
I don't know. You won't even be able to get into his hearing. You probably won't even know what happens to this kid, to be honest with you. I don't know. I guess maybe they'll be able to report what happens. You won't be able to go into the hearings. You could go out and protest, go out and talk about it. I mean, that's kind of what I did here on the Kill Stream.
Yeah, I mean, we have to. I mean, are we just going to allow – I mean, how many of these stories – I've only been on this show for like 2 months now, but how many white people butchered have we had on this show?
You know what?
It's becoming an increasing feature on the show, unfortunately.
You know what? That's actually an interesting point. I would, if we actually had a count, I would say it would be 10 to 20 at least, probably, since you've been on here.
And are we just going to like continue to?
Well,
it's no surprise that like with all of the race baiting and race hustling the media is doing, making everything about race even more. Like it's no surprise that this stuff is happening. You know, we talked about the attacks on Asian people from blacks. We've talked about white people just getting gunned down in the street.
Exactly.
It's because the media, who are the enemy of the people. The media are the enemy of the people. They're going out there and they're exacerbating this. They're going out there and they're reporting that it's all white supremacy. The white supremacy's behind it. What they're doing is they're making people angry and telling them who to go after, and they're following the media's orders. The media is doing this, and 100%. Journalists have to be held responsible.
It's genocide. They're party to this effort. And what did I see, Ralph, when I was riding my bike back home so I can be a part of the show today? I saw a big sign with a bunch of flowers and candles around it that somebody left in the local park, and it said, "Stop Asian Hate," and it had the names of all the Asian people who have been fucked up in the last few months by blacks primarily, because these people are going out, they're actually organizing, they're placing signs, they're visible. Like nothing's going to happen unless we actually do something.
By the way,
that's not a Fed post. That's just
it's not even. That doesn't mean go out and hurt somebody. I think people.
No.
I think people don't necessarily know all the stuff you've done with going out and protesting and organizing. Stuff IRL. Not to like burn shit down. That's not what he's saying. But
making people in the community aware of the stuff, because the media covers up a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, people don't even know this shit happens.
Yeah,
they'll talk about this story once or twice. And then they'll never mention,
well, that's what I said on this show.
Performed the murder. They'll just talk about who was murdered, and you think, oh no, that's so sad.
Right.
Right, and then they're able to fact check it and say, oh, this white supremacist, quote unquote, said they never covered this, but here it XXX and X, and we all know it was full of shit. We just told you the type of coverage they do, and then they don't even mention half the time. Like, imagine that was a black girl that had got gunned down by a white.
Right. Well, we're too busy learning about that fucking dog, George Floyd, who overdosed like a loser, like the most lame death you could possibly fucking have. Right. Because we're too busy learning about him, and people are crying about this thug. But then, we have this girl gunned down in cold blood, and that makes for a much more sympathetic martyr, honestly, in every way. Right, we have a drug addict.
The media doesn't want to cover it because it doesn't suit their purpose. Their purpose is division. Their purpose is to get people riled up and get people to do crazy shit, and that's what's happening. The media is getting exactly what they want. Yeah,
exactly.
Well, they're deplatforming
because they don't want us
to
rile people up. Yeah, I mean, if people knew what was going on. I firmly believe that if people actually
there'd
knew,
be a protest in every city in America.
Because like we talk about like statistics and shit. The reason people don't believe us is because they don't see on the news what we're talking about. People don't realize what a scourge this anarchy is. People are just in the dark. They're ignorant. They don't have the time or the wherewithal to actually check alternative sources. So unless we can illuminate people, I mean, even then, who knows, man?
They're burning it at both ends, too, because at the same time, the media is exacerbating the problem and promoting anarchy and hatred and division. The media is also promoting these left-wing groups that want to defund the police, that want to completely take over areas of the city and make them into lawless shitholes. And so that increases crime, that increases anarchy, that increases chaos. And so they're able to double dip at the same time that they're making, stoking the flames of hatred, getting people riled up, getting people to attack each other along racial lines. At the same time, they're crippling and destroying the law and order infrastructures that keep that from happening, and also subverting and co-opting them too.
Yep.
Turning the police against,
And they make money off this shit too. That's the other thing. All right, look, we're gonna have to call time on this. I can feel I need to land the plane on this segment. All right, Francis.
Hey, can I just say one more thing?
Yes, carefully. Go ahead.
All right, listen. Before Rome was an empire, it was a republic. And before Rome was a republic, it was a kingdom. And what caused the fall of the Roman kingdom was the rape of Lucretia, who she killed herself, right? And she became the symbol for the Roman people to rise up and overthrow the monarchy. Hopefully Lucia, this girl who was killed by this thug, hopefully she could be a symbol like Ashley Babbitt, who I have in the picture behind me. As long as we keep the memories of these people alive, change can happen. And martyrs are what make movements happen. And we are not short of martyrs, my friends. We just have to remember the ones we already have.
All right. Now, this is the New York Post. This is Cuomo. Hold on. I have an entropy here. Francisco says Pfizer's gene therapy, Zeneca's. Oh, my God. Hold on. I didn't mean to hit that. Pfizer's gene therapy, Zeneca's gene-edited adenovirus. The way Big Pharma used the pandemic to speed approvals is pure evil. Sad they cannot be held accountable, at least by the state. Yes, of course. Only legal things here on the kill stream. Content Consumer says it's disgusting that the system refuses to address the apocalyptic level of black on everyone violence. This is not a healthy civilization, and I should not say more to avoid potential Fed posting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just they don't talk about it, or they'll mention it. They'll cover the story without saying it was a black on white crime. They'll talk really calmly, like, very matter of factly. Somebody in chat said he was talking that way on purpose, and perhaps that's true. If it had been the other way around, I don't think he'd been quite so calm. It's disturbing. And again, it was some young dumbass. But still, like I said, at his age, you can't just fucking shoot. He shot the girl multiple times, just fucking executed her, ended her life. Fuck that. Lock him up forever. Fuck that. All right. Now, this is Cuomo. His accuser speaks out. Oh, no.
When the governor looked at me, approached me, took my hand, and pulled me to him. He leaned down over me and kissed my cheek. I was holding my small dog in my arms, and I thought he was going to pet my dog, but instead he wedged his face between the dog and mine and kissed me on the other cheek. And what I felt was highly sexual manner. I wasn't expecting that at all. He said, "That's what Italians do, kiss both cheeks."
Yeah, exactly.
I felt shocked and didn't understand what had just happened. But I knew I felt embarrassed and weird about his kissing me. I am Italian, and in my family members kiss. Strangers do not kiss, especially upon meeting someone for the first time.
It's Italian.
The governor's staff started to walk out of the house. Governor Cuomo lagged behind them. He stopped, he turned to me and said, "You are beautiful." That made me feel even more uncomfortable. I felt as though he was coming on to me in my own house. The governor and his staff proceeded to view the damages outside of the house. I purposely did not follow because I felt uncomfortable given what had just happened in my living room. I walked out the front door and stayed in the front of the house away from them. After seeing the damages, the governor
watching The
then
Sopranos,
circled
by the
to
way. Can I
front of
pause this for a sec? I don't even believe this bitch, but we'll finish it still. Fuck her. I don't believe her.
Believe all men.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Exactly. I'm a Cuomo sexual now. There's no doubt. I support Andrew Cuomo.
Oh boy.
I think he should be dictator of New York State. That's what I think. I think they deserve him. I think fuck them. Fuck their legislature. I like how they legalized marijuana today. in New York. And if you think that's an accident, he's been bitching back and forth with the legislature for a long time over marijuana legalization. And now all of a sudden today he legalized marijuana. Like, this guy's about to run. He will absolutely run a scorched earth campaign to hold on to the governorship. I guarantee you he's going to go all out. I think if I were the Democrats, I might just let him quietly serve out his term, because it seems like he's going to go scorched earth. And we'll see. Man, I hope, you know what? Fuck that. Go ahead and impeach him, because we want to cover it live.
The house where I was standing. He then approached me. He took my hand and said, "Is there anything else you want?" I didn't know how to respond. He then leaned down on top of me, and while still holding one of my hands, he forcibly grabbed my face with his other big hand and kissed my cheek.
Oh, wow. It's uncontrollable. Weepy P
alpha male
with some subs gifted. Thank you for that. Lord Aragon with the militant milkshake. Will Heron got a sub gifted from Weepy as well. Clifford C. Clavin says, "Not for nothing, Sky King. Molly Tibbetts was a rough month." Sky King happened the day after the Monday Matt thing. That was actually a great month for me, but I still remember the Sky. I remember the night of the Sky King. I was watching it thinking it was just absurd. But later on, when I found out everything, it's pretty meaningful, actually. You go through and you just listen to the guy while he's flying the plane and like what he's saying. It's fucking pretty awesome, actually. I mean, it's not awesome that he's dead, but like the gravity of it, and just like, I don't know, it just kind of sits with you for a while when you think about it. Gunford,
I remember when we played that the King of the Sky video.
Oh yeah, dude, there's so much good. And they're trying to tell him, and he's like, "Oh, come on, what is he?" I think he actually says, "Oh, I'm a white guy." They'll never. I think he actually says that.
Yeah, it's like he says, "Oh, I'm a white guy."
He literally says
like, "Hey,
that.
if I land this plane, do you think they'll give me a job?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm a white guy."
Yeah.
Oh, and he just laughs. He's like, "What the fuck, dude?" I remember the night of, though, when I was watching it, we had Masterson and Medicare was on that show. It was already scheduled before the Boulder stream, and we were doing the show. It was like a 5.5 hour show or something crazy, like we used to do fairly regularly, and. We were like breaking in with the Sky King, and there was that weirdo autist that was also on that show. God, that show was crazy. But I remember at the time we were all just laughing at it, like, "What the fuck? This is fucking crazy! Holy shit!" And then later on, you know, it was like, I mean, there's still some funny moments in the clip where he does the barrel roll and stuff. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with laughing at some of that stuff, but it's it's a lot heavier than that. Gun for Bama says, "If you don't like sports, you can suck a fart out of my ass and hold it like a bong hit, and you have no dick if you don't like sports." Hey, man, you know, you're preaching the choir there. You gotta like sports. Come on, guys, watch your sport. All right, now Cuomo. All right, I did want to play that video on the vaccine. All right, let me play that as well, and then finish up here. I think got a few more topics.
We have a very narrow window to tie reopening policy to vaccination status, because otherwise, if everything is reopened, then what's the carrot going to be?
Activate Opération Krispy Kreme.
Oh, fuck. I just had the Krispy Kreme, too. Oh, no.
If I get the jab, I can get a free donut every day for the rest of the year.
I was literally eating Krispy Kreme earlier. But I paid for mine. It wasn't from the vaccine. Yeah! They didn't see me. If you didn't see the court retort earlier, I had like a fucking big box of donuts.
He is a gentle servant. We can save him.
We will now administer localized regenerative therapeutics.
Holy fuck!
We can build him back better. Build back better.
Oh, dude. If I hadn't played that, I would have been sick. If I'd watched that after the show and I forgot to play it during the show, I would have been absolutely sick. That might have been the best part of the show. Holy fuck. Oh my God. Also, the best part was you guys buying. They reinstated the ESPN shirt, by the way.
Did they really?
They did. So that's on the shop too. I don't want to divert your focus, but that is on the shop. They reinstated that shirt.
It's clearly parody.
They said it was an error, actually, which I don't even know, but that's what they said. So they reinstated that. The worldwide leader in propaganda. That's a really cool shirt, by the way. But the Memphis style shirt, we sold 14. I haven't been able to check in yet, but you guys showing massive support. Actually, I wasn't for sure that I was going to put it up as a shirt, but I'm damn sure glad that I did. Thank you guys. Memphis style. I'll be up at least until Monday. All right, let's keep going. We're mostly done, but there's a couple little things I want to hit. 4-year-old murdered over stimulus check. Faces death penalty over the incident. Oh, I wonder. I think that was actually a 4-year-old black. I think this is black on black crime here.
Oh, what gave it away?
Well, I just went through. It's like, Michael Rappaport. Did I talk about this fully last night? Where Michael?
No, you said you were going to go into more detail tonight.
Oh, so we didn't get to. Okay, look. Okay, good. We got like 15 minutes. Okay, so first off, oh my God. Michael Rappaport got into an argument with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, all-star NBA player, one of the greats, called Hall of Famer. I mean, no doubt, MVP, NBA champion. Kevin Durant messaged him and said, "You a bitch." and showed him a screenshot of one of his tweets. Michael Rappaport says, just do the fucking interview, and if you're upset about something they said, say something. Up there looking like you were going to cry and shit. By the way, the original tweet was, Kevin Durant seemed deeply in his feelings with the NBA on TNT crew after the game. Damn it, he's super sensitive about everything. Don't do the interview. Okay. Now Kevin Durant responds, rejoining the conversation. He says, I did the interview, you dickhead. Tell your baby daddy Chuck, that's Charles Barkley, to be better. Tell your baby daddy Chuck to be better at his job and frame his questions better. He gave me 2 options for that dumbass question, yes or no. Then he goes into this. He's like screenshot, sending him shit. He says, I heard, this is Kevin Durant, by the way. He says, I heard it all before, you cunt. Chuck doesn't need you as a security, you pale, pasty, cum-guzzling bitch. This is Kevin Durant. I mean... He says, I swear he's going Memphis style. You talking about Memphis style? Kevin Durant is going Memphis style. He says, he's from D.C. too. He says, I swear I'm going to spit in your face when I see your dirty ass. He says, bet your life on it. Meet me. Now listen to this. Meet me on West 17th tomorrow at 10. Or better yet, what's your address? 10 a.m. at Catch Steak. On the corner, meet me there. Pussy. This is Kevin Durant saying, meet me so I can beat your ass, to Michael Rappaport. And now Michael Rappaport says, oh, go and help the kids or some shit. Kevin Durant goes, you a bitch for even caring how I do an interview. All you do is cocksuck other men for attention. Trump didn't pay attention to your sorry ass, so now you want to use everybody else to get views and laughs. Your life is a fucking joke, you fucking pale cocksucker. Go get some sun. It's fucking with your brain, piece of shit. And then Michael Rappaport mentions Brownsville, etc. And then Durant says, you go do it, you clown. Good for you. Go help the kids, you fucking clown. Good for you. But nobody gives a fuck. Suck a dick. I can't wait to tell you all this in person. Holy fuck. Okay, now let's put a pin right there, okay? Let's put a pin in that. We're going to do it like this. Put a pin in the Rappaport versus Durant. Okay, this is yesterday. Judge tosses Michael Rappaport's defamation suit against Barstool Sports. Michael Rappaport's defamation case against Barstool Sports was struck down on Monday. The suit, filed along with one for breach of contract, was filed 3 years ago by the actor, comedian, director, podcaster. The defamation suit centered around a T-shirt depicting Rappaport as a clown with a red mark on his chin, which Rappaport claims insinuated he had herpes. U.S. Southern District Court Judge Naomi Reese Buchwald said in a 64-page opinion, wrote that a reasonable audience could conclude the image was exaggerated. While hardly flattering to Rappaport, this image standing alone is not actionable because a reasonable audience would not understand that the shirt to be asserting would not understand the shirt to be asserting as a fact that Rappaport has herpes. Her ruling read. Also, my vape just fucking started shaking the whole table. That's crazy.
Imagine having a judge fucking say that in a court case.
Dude, what the fuck? Imagine making it such a big deal. Nobody was even talking about you having herpes until you fucking sued somebody over it.
Well, now everybody's going to think he has herpes. Fucking idiot.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, because he made such a big deal. Rappaport, who was hired to do rants, quote unquote, for Barstool Sports in 2017, claimed he was terminated without cause or justification, blah, 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 blah. He said, he quote tweeted somebody and said, anybody who calls themselves a stoolie has already lost in life. And that was a name for fans of Barstool Sports. It still is. And so Portnoy just fired him outright. So yesterday, Portnoy got on Twitter and said, in honor of Rappaport getting his ass kicked in court, here's the time I put his lawyers in a mental torture chamber. Let's watch.
This is a blog of yours, El Presidente, February 21st, 2018, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And
you're in for a treat, by the way.
At the very bottom, you write,
more court retort material.
This shirt haunting him for the rest of his life is enough for me. No need to rub it in more with the shampoo. You see that?
No.
Very bottom of the document.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's sure. Yep. Okay.
And you're referring
the shirt.
to the
Did he mention shirts
with him?
Memphis style. Is that what he was talking about?
Correct.
Oh,
and
wow.
Why? What about that shirt do you believe would haunt him for the rest of his life?
He's depicted as a clown.
Clown with herpes?
You said that, not me.
Well, isn't that your intent, sir?
No, you actually listened to a video of me just saying it was a clown shirt.
I see. But you knew by February 21st, 2018, that people were at Barstool were saying that the T-shirt depicted him with herpes, correct?
Yes, I knew that.
Okay.
But that's not why I thought. The clown shirt's personal to me. You have to be a real idiot to get it.
Yes.
By the way, for those who don't know, he also made a clown shirt of Roger Goodell, and Dave Portnoy is personally banned from NFL facilities across the whole league. He was escorted out of the Super Bowl, etc. And so that's what he meant.
Remember when he snuck in wearing a disguise, though?
Yeah, I know. That's when he got escorted out. When I mean escorted out, I mean they dragged him out. He would not cooperate, and they actually carried him, basically drug him out of the Super Bowl. And when he said the clown shirt is personal to me, that's what he meant. That's what I mean. When it's Memphis style, it's clown shirt. That's him. That's his Memphis style. By the way, look at this freeze frame. He's reaching down out, putting his style into his pants. Holy fuck! All right,
do you recall your testimony earlier today that you created the clown shirt? You designed and created the clown shirt after you terminated Mr. Rappaport?
I do.
Okay. That is in fact not true, isn't it? Isn't it true that you designed the clown shirt prior to terminating Mr. Rappaport because you were looking for a reason to terminate him?
Objection.
What?
Isn't it true that your testimony today that you designed the clown shirt after terminating Mr. Rappaport is false testimony?
Objection.
Not to my knowledge, it's not.
Isn't it true, sir, that you had designed the T-shirt before terminating Mr. Rappaport, and that you had planned to concoct a reason to terminate him, and were planning on releasing it as soon as you terminated him?
Objection. Misstates the evidence. Argumentative.
What exhibit is it? Okay, this will be exhibit number 2.
We still got 900 as we head for the finish.
This is exhibit number 2.
Thank you for the shirt support.
Okay. This is already more. Okay. We started to talk about this, and then I had trouble with the video, so we stopped. But you recall your testimony earlier today that the picture that you came up with, the T-shirt that you designed, you did all of that after you terminated Mr. Rappaport, correct?
Correct.
Isn't it true, sir, that in fact you actually had the picture ready to go, and that you were in fact just waiting to use something you could to justify your termination of Mr. Rappaport, and then use it at that point?
No.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to play for you a video, and I'll want you to, I'll have some questions for you after. It's Stool Scenes, episode 52. I am Crap Report, stereo fraudcast. 23586. Okay. And this begins at 2:51 of the video.
How long did it take you to come up with those clown shirts? That's one of the most vicious things I've ever seen. Oh, that was instant. Like, other than that, we had other shirts out before. I knew once we did it that it was like, I think my 3 texts went in order. I fired the wrong Rappaport, then I fired the real Rappaport, and then I said, Welker, make this shirt. Because I knew I was waiting for him to say something. Like, so I had him, well, I'll just wait till Rappaport opens his mouth, and I'll be like, boom. You say privately,
So, what did you mean, sir, when you said that you knew Rappaport was going to say something, and then you would have it ready to go, boom?
I don't know if you misinterpreted that. What I said on that was after when this all went down, I knew I had to fire him. I sent a text to the wrong Rappaport, different one. Then I fired Mike Rappaport. I said on that, so after he was fired, the third text was to our T-shirt guy to create the shirts because I knew Rappaport was going to go off the rails, which he did. And then once he was off the rails, we put the shirt on. So this is all post-firing, so I don't know what you mean by a predetermined thing.
Well, let me play it one more time, and then I'll have a question about a specific statement that you make, okay?
Every situation is fucking different. It's a no-brainer. Like, I was like, oh, should I fire this?
Should we? Somebody starts like we should make a clown shirt for Digitrune. How funny would that be with like 15 red marks on there?
He might actually like it though because he'll be wearing makeup.
Red marks, we don't know what they're for. Just to liven it up a little bit, like add a little color to the face.
Because I knew I was waiting for him to say something. Like, so I had him like, well, I'll just wait till Rapport opens his mouth and I'll be like, well.
Okay, so you said you knew he was going to say something, and so you had it ready, and when he said it, you were like, boom. What do you mean by that?
I just explained it. Well, once we fired Rappaport, I knew he was going to do things like he did, which is challenge me to a fight, make pictures of himself, having sex with me from behind, things like that. When he did that, I was going to release the shirt. I'd have it ready to go. So I don't know, like your characterization of it being made before he was fired, that contradicts it.
The photo, when you said you knew he was going to say something and you had it ready to go, does that not mean that you were waiting for him to say something that you could then use to terminate him?
This video is after he was fired. I literally say in it, the guy goes, when did you have the shirt? I go, 3 things happened. I fired the wrong Rappaport. I fired Mike Rappaport. Mike Welker, who are our T-shirt guys. I go, the third, 1, 2, 3. So I fired Rappaport. The next text was to our T-shirt guy to get this shirt ready for when Mike Rappaport said something about me and escalate this, because at this point he had it. Then Rappaport proceeded to challenge me to a fight. I believe this is sorry language, called me pussy repeatedly, and then made pictures of himself having sex with me from behind. That's when I put the shirt on sale. Okay. So it's the exact opposite of what you insinuated.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
That went well.
It is your testimony, sir, that you did not have anything planned before Mr. Rappaport.
Correct. That video you just played proves it.
Let's go to exhibit number 6.
Oh, dude. So we ended last night's show with Chad Nelson. We ended this show with Dumb Fucker because he just owned himself. Holy shit, this has almost 3 million views, by the way. There's like 10 seconds left.
Oh, by the way, yesterday
I just made like a fucking, oh my god, it made like a symbol at the camera. There's the shirt, by the way. For those who haven't seen it, oh wait, here we go. Oh shit, I moved the fucking overlay. There we go. Rappaport as the clown there. Oh fuck. That's pretty epic, I have to say. Michael Rappaport.
That's funny as shit.
R.I.P. Oh my goodness. All right. So we did do the Rappaport segment. I think we didn't get this in. I'll just read it. Ex-girlfriend of Tom Hanks' son, Chet, 30, was granted protective order just days after he accused her of attacking him with a knife in a bloody video. Bloody videos. How
White boy summer.
I guess me and Chet, yeah, man. A bloody video? Come on. All right. I don't know. I'm not going into that. New York, we talked about them legalizing weed. Cuomo sought $4 million book deal. AIDS hid damaging death toll. He actually got a contract for that. I wonder if they'll hold it up. Man accused of... I shouldn't laugh at this. Man accused of beating girlfriend to death with a rock claims he blacked out.
33-year-old Jeffrey Buchanan remains behind bars here at the York County Jail, accused in the brutal murder of his girlfriend, Rhonda Padalina, from Bedford, Massachusetts. At his initial court appearance, the judge opted to keep him behind bars.
Your Honor, we are asking the defendant to be held without bail.
According to court documents, several witnesses called police after seeing a man hit and drag a woman behind the rocks on Short Sands Beach Friday afternoon. Those same witnesses led police to Buchanan as he walked off the beach in what appeared to be blood-soaked pants.
He blacks out.
The fact that this happened in such a public
That's what happened to me with the police. Literally, it actually did happen to me. Thank God I didn't beat him to death with a rock.
For friends and family members to really wrap their heads
Apparently,
around.
that's a natural
symptom of blacking out. The medical examiner ruled Padalina's death a homicide from trauma to her head. Among the evidence collected was a rock that police say appeared to have been used as a weapon. Court paperwork states that Buchanan told police he saw a man running toward him and that he felt threatened. He then said he blacked out, and when he came to, he was breathing heavy and Rhonda was on the ground.
Folks can come up with lots of reasons to try to explain a horrible act that they've done.
An advocate for domestic violence victims in York County, Sherry Edwards, has spoken to the victims' family and friends who allege Buchanan had a history of control and dominance over the victim, Rhonda Padalina.
From what we know about this particular situation, this event was a culmination of a long period of time of that kind of dominating behavior towards Rhonda.
Also, I see, let's...
He had a yabba dabba dissociative disorder moment.
I think somebody said... I'm looking through here. Is this true? Yeah, it looks like Fuentes suspended for 7 days from Twitter. I guess that happened a little bit earlier in the evening. I didn't see that. That was right before the show. So Jay McNeil
not just suspended for 7 days, but normally Twitter gives you like a reason, like a justification. It was just blank.
Yeah, and look, I just came off one myself. I have a certain demeanor on Twitter, and I like to have fun. I like to talk a lot of shit. That's kind of my thing on Twitter. And they
you know where this is coming from, right?
Well, because they hit me, yeah, I do. But they hit me on some shit that I've gotten away with forever, like calling some dumb bitch saying she's gonna be a crack sucking whore in 20 years after she was talking about me dying of like a heart attack.
Well, that was unrelated.
Like no, she was talking all no, but still, it's like, you know what? I don't know that it was completely unrelated. I don't think it was political, but I also think. I think the heat's being turned. It's quite obviously. We talked about on this show. There's been 2 or 3 purges that we've covered on the show. The heat's being turned up at Twitter
on certain accounts.
Yeah, and so I don't think it's directly related to the America First stuff. No, but I think it's related to that.
Tangentially related.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. You know what? One more here.
Well, the scum suckers at the SPLC, the ADL, like, you know the names. You know the names of all these people. We've brought them up 50 billion times on the show. They did an article recently about Nick Fuentes and America First and the Twitter accounts. That's what this is all about.
I agree. All right, let's finish this.
Meet Clover, a 1.5-year-old Maremma mix. Haley Moore and her family rescued her as a puppy. Tuesday morning, Clover returned the favor.
So all I remember is waking up in the ambulance and just being really confused, like, what is going on?
Haley was walking through her Stittsville neighborhood with Clover when she had a sudden seizure. With no one around, Clover sprung into action, first checking on Haley, then watching as a passing car drove by. It wouldn't happen a second time. After freeing herself from her leash, Clover forced the next vehicle to stop and help.
The dog freed itself from the leash from the owner's grasp, got in the middle of the street, and fucking forced the next car to stop, dude. Holy fuck, you can't see this on the podcast, but this is completely based.
After freeing herself from her leash, Clover forced the next vehicle to stop and help.
It was really impressive.
Legendary doggo!
Blocked my way. She kind of backed into the road to block the truck.
Dryden Noatway immediately did his best.
So I rang the closest doorbell as many times as possible, ran back to her and flipped her over on her back and just tried to keep her head straight. And
it wasn't long before Clover caught the attention of another neighbor.
Good thing they have the dog, because she's a very good friend to her.
Haley was treated by paramedics, and while they're not sure what caused the emergency, Haley knows if it happens again, Clover is there to protect her.
I feel 10 times safer, and I know she will be there for me.
The family dog quickly becoming the family hero.
And Diane comes home with a couple of big steaks, and I thought, wow, this is great. I'm getting a steak. And she said, no, it's for Clover. For doing such a great job.
Man's best friend, now Haley's as well.
You know how good animals are, and she is a really amazing dog.
Dogs posting their wins
to death.
Colton Prale, CTV News.
That's so awesome.
Dogs are awesome. You know what? Dogs are awesome. Culture War, tell them where they can find you.
Trovo.live/Culture War Criminal is where you can find me.
There we go. Randbot, what about you, man?
You can find me right here on Trovo, just as Randbot. No numbers there. Or also bringonrandbot.com.
Very good. We're still going to record something soon. I'll get up with you on that.
Hit me up.
This past weekend, we were supposed to do it on Sunday. I noticed you didn't even message me.
You were busy that day.
You know what? You didn't message me, and I didn't message you because we knew the deal. I didn't have to say anything. You know what? I started to message you and say I wasn't going to make it, but I didn't hear anything from you. I was like, he already knows I'm not going to make it. What the fuck? He can.
Wait. No, that's not what happened at all.
Wait, what?
I
Really?
slept. I didn't set my alarm. I woke up. I got up expecting an angry DM, and I'm like, oh,
that's hilarious.
And I found out that you were punching on while I was just wrapped up in bed, snug as a bug.
That's fucking hilarious. I see Gump for Bama asking how long until the shirts ship. So estimated delivery, if you just do like the regular price or whatever, is from April 9th to April 15th. And then you can pay, I think you can pay like $3 or something. It's not me. They have an extra charge that you can pay to get it a little bit quicker. And I think it might be a week or something if you pay that, or a little bit shorter than that. But it's still a pretty good time. Sometimes they come quicker too. So, but yeah, I don't actually control the shipping. These are my partners here. But yeah, the shirts, thank you guys for the massive support there on the shirts tonight. I know Worski is going to be doing his show this evening, dlive.tv/subcultured. He'll be back here tomorrow. Milo Yiannopoulos is also scheduled to be here tomorrow. So
I'm looking forward to that, man.
Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. It is April Fool's Day, April 1st now, and it will be April 1st tomorrow. But he personally messaged me, and I don't think it's going to be that. So we'll see though. If not, we'll just.
I look forward to your show more than my show, honestly. At this point, you always have crazy guests on.
Well, thank you. By the way, you haven't been on with Delicious Tacos. He's supposed to be on Friday. And he's actually one of my favorite guests ever. So he's going to be on this Friday. He's fucking can do everything too. Ryder, he came on and played. Actually, the second karaoke kind of saved it because I was kind of fucking just down because it really wasn't working. And it was like the audio wasn't, and I was here in the new studio and the first show's here, I think. And I wasn't feeling it. It didn't really do that well either, but he just came on and had a great segment, actually on that show with some actual musical talent. It helps to have that. Gun for Bama says, did his girlfriend have a dick? He looks a little light in the loafers. One of those flamer people. All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much. Gator, tell him real quick.
By the way, the April Fool's joke for Adult Swim tonight is they've rebranded themselves as Adult Swim Junior, apparently.
That's so funny.
So that's the joke there. Tomorrow's gonna be it. See, this is the thing. Like before we go, I just want to give my rant about fucking April Fool's Day, because the problem is, once upon a time, it was actually really fucking funny.
It used to be.
But now, like, every fucking website, just, like, they pick the dumbest and most unfunny way to, like, do April Fool's Day, and it sucked the fun out of the day. So hopefully there will be more funny shit like that will make it, like, actually be funny.
Well, did you see what Volkswagen did to the reporters?
No.
They said that they're renaming Volkswagen USA to Volkswagen, like they're going to be like electric car company or something. Volt. And then reporters ran with it, and then they're like, "Just kidding, it was a prank." And some guy's like, "You lied to me, Volkswagen. You told me this was real." Like they're chimping out in the replies. It's ridiculous.
That's amazing. See, okay, my faith in humanity is being restored in real time.
You told me this. I'm gonna bring you up on charge.
Yeah, they're so mad, dude. They're like really angry, like completely unironically too.
Hepto in the chat says, "Remember the Adult Swim April Fool's Day joke where they played episode 1 of Full Metal Alchemist, but with shitting and farting sounds?" Yes, that was so fucking funny, and the ass hurt from Weebs after that was worth it. It was so fucking funny. They were so fucking mad.
Gentlemen,
that's hilarious.
I'm going to call it time. It's been a great evening, though. I had a lot of fun with this episode.
All right.
We'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back
right now.
Yep, go check him out. Warski's up too. I'm going to do the stream in the morning. We'll watch the trial. Court retort. We'll be back. Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
Peace out. Goodbye. All right. Now, thank you guys so much. We just sold another shirt at $12.37. That is, I believe, let me get the number right. I don't want to fudge the number. It is 15 shirts, actually, we sold since I posted it at around 9 p.m. Eastern. That's what you call a good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for the support here and there and in Super Chat and everywhere else. I had a great time with this show. I'll be back in the morning, and we'll have it up at least until Monday. If you guys want to snag that, killstream.live/shop will get you there. Patreon.com/The Ralph Retort. Subscribestar.com/The Ralph Retort. Killstream.live/podcast. That's a good place to go. Killstream.live itself. Telegram, t.me/The Ralph Retort. We're on Gab. We're on Parler. It's The Ralph Retort over there. We'll see how long we're on Twitter. Hopefully forever, but you know how that goes. Thank you guys for the massive support. As always, I'll link the shirt again a couple times, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I'll see you in the morning. We'll watch some trial. I'm having a lot of fun with that, and I hope you guys are enjoying it too. Good night!
On a peacefully, some said the kill stream. They drown peacefully, some said the kill stream. The other night, friends, when I went to tune in, I saw the kill stream had been struck down again. Secret flags and reports, but we all know who's to blame. Can't afford the retort. Jihadi Jarbo's his name.
Thank you, Weeby. Thank you, everybody. It really is. I'm not bullshitting when I say this. It's a pleasure to have this as my job, and I love it, and I'm thankful every day for this as my lot in life, to be the Killstream kingpin, so to speak. Maybe that sounds a little egotistical. I'm not sure. Odyssey, that's where the replays are. Odyssey.com/The Ralph Retort. Go there now. Subscribe.
You can't peacefully, some said the kill stream. You never peacefully, some said the kill stream. You won't peacefully.
If you want this shirt in your podcast gang, killstream.live/shop.
You never peacefully.
Good night.
Some said the kill stream. You won't peacefully.
Restream gang, I pressed the wrong button. Chill stream clips, 2 separate words. Good night.